All right, here we are. Hopefully everything is working properly. It should be. Welcome everybody. Episode 33 of Building Character. Caesar RE, Black Act 2K, and our guest this week, the first of Dad Body Cavalry. Hopefully I got that right, and we'll definitely go into that a little bit, I'm sure, this episode. Brad, aka Unicorn Falcon. What's up, Brad? How's it going?
Not much, guys. How you guys doing today?
Not too bad, not too bad. Like I was telling you guys before we got started, I, am just woke up from a panic nap, laying my son down for sleep. I know we had a little bit of off the air topic there, but like, you guys know that feeling. It's like, oh crap,
Yeah.
how do I get my brain to now function normally? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So Brad, how about you give us like a little blurb about yourself, and then we'll even jump into the Dad Body Cavalry and everything like that, and probably how Black and I can join, and if our bodies fit the Cavalry or not. I'm not sure.
Say, looking at you, I don't know if you quite meet the dad bod
Oh
cap, but
no!
we'll get there.
Damn, I gotta get some beer. We gotta get a beer too,
No, I'm Brad. Fairly new to this whole streaming thing. Thanks to Hack up there. He kind of introduced us to your channel. I myself, I just started streaming. Been about 3 months ago. The boys that I stream with, we're all in about the same boat. Just kind of started streaming. It was a drinking night. We're like, hey, you know what would be a good idea? Let's stream. And it's just kind of taken off from there. All the guys that stream with us, we're all Army vets. And while we were also drinking, we figured it was a good idea. Hey, let's see if we can help out other people by streaming. So it's kind of where the Dad Body Cavalry came in. All of us are dads. We all served in the Army together, all in the Cavalry together. And it's kind of where we came up with our name.
Awesome. You're muted, Black, if you're talking to us.
Didn't you hit news? Like you actually got on a news station?
Yeah, we just did a news interview with KNTV out of Las Vegas last week. It's supposed to air on the 1st, all about our soon-to-be legit charity organization. We just got the paperwork filed.
That is freaking
just
awesome.
waiting on the state of Nevada.
That is freaking
That is
awesome.
amazing.
Are you guys all from Nevada then?
No, sir. I am based out of Indianapolis, Indiana.
Okay.
Another one of our streamers, he's in Kentucky. We got one in Las Vegas, Nevada, and then Boogie, Black Hack's favorite, is in Northern California.
Okay.
He sounds like Luna.
Okay. Well, so somebody knows somebody at the news station, or how did that all come about? How did you guys get set up with that?
So
That sounds
initially we
awesome.
were just going to do like a GoFundMe and do a one-time giveaway. And the GoFundMe was out there, and this reporter from out there in Vegas, she was just checking out the GoFundMes in the area, found it, reached out to our one guy that's out there, Dirk, and just kind of spiraled out of control from there. She got in touch with us. She's like, I love your story. I want to do a story about it. I can't remember what they call us, what the award is, but it's done through an automotive group. Vegas Strong Heroes is the name of it, sorry. And they presented us with the award, gave us the interview, and hopefully it airs on the 1st like it's supposed to.
That's awesome. Now, where's that supposed
I
to
hope
air?
to catch that.
Is that nationally or Las Vegas?
No,
Or?
it'll just be there in Vegas, from my understanding. To be KNTV Action 13, I believe.
Will you be able to have
Might be on the
access to
lookout.
like a recording of it or something like that? I think that'd
Oh,
be.
yeah.
I think that. Hey, when you guys get it, if you
I
want
need
to
to see
post that in the server, the Dad Club Gaming server, that
Okay.
would be awesome. I think people would really enjoy
I would
watching
love
it.
to see it.
Yeah,
Wonderful. Yeah, man.
yeah, that'd
Yeah,
be
as soon as
enjoyable.
we'll get it to you.
No, that's awesome. So you're not our first charity streamer that we've had on. This is
Isaac.
Isaac way in the beginning. These lazy boys, him and his son, and that's pretty much why he got into streaming, and he does all his streams are charity streams, or goes towards some charity in some way, shape, or form, which is awesome, and that's awesome to hear you guys are doing that. And how you guys came about it is awesome too. It's not really Black. I mean, I haven't heard a story like that, right? Where it's like we're drinking and we're gonna start streaming. Like everybody else is like, yeah, I watched
Dude.
some gamer, and I'm like, oh, I can do this, and or I want to do this or something.
Dude, when I found them, like, my networking, I go out when I don't have nothing to do. I go out and I just find random people. And I come upon these guys and I literally closed out all my other tabs because I just couldn't stop watching. There was 6 guys in a Discord call and they were just cycling playing.
Oh,
like
nice.
you would like you would at a house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 6 people were just chilling at a house and they're like, okay, it's my turn. Dude, the amount of like camaraderie that was going on in this call, I couldn't look away. I couldn't stop listening. And then, dude, I heard Boogie's voice and I was like, I'm done. I'm hooked. Like, dude, I just couldn't stop watching. And like, they know I've been talking about him all week and I was so excited to get him on the call. So excited. And as you know, I was excited.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like we're going to have like a nice round of you guys coming in, I think, right? And which would be awesome. As many of you guys want to come in, just like anybody else, you guys are welcome. Brad, you're the first one here who's going to take the plunge. So I guess you set the stage for the rest of them. So is there a ringleader? Is there like somebody who had the bright idea? Like who was the first one to say it? Was it you? Was it somebody else?
No, I would say that it was Dirk Daniel. He was he was the big one that was kind of pushing towards it. Dan's always had a pretty big heart. He comes off a little rough sometimes, but he's always had a big heart, and he was the one that kind of pushed it. It's like, hey, we're all pretty well off. We enjoy playing games together. Like, we're pretty funny on stream. None of us are that good. Let's give this a go and see where it goes.
Sure.
And, everybody just followed in kind of behind him, and now we've got a core group of 4 of us that have all kind of partnered together to do this. We've got other guys that are unofficial partners, I'll say. They've got other things going on, or just kind of life. Don't really have as much time as the 4 of us have.
Absolutely. And actually, Tank, who's over on Twitch, is asking for a shout out. You're on Facebook, I understand it, correct?
Yes, sir. Well, we're also on Twitch as well.
Okay, both of you guys. And do you guys stream to one channel, or do you each have your own channel?
No, we just stream to one.
Okay.
Right now, it's myself and Dirk that do the main streaming.
Okay.
We're waiting on Boogie. He's getting better internet, and Domage Chris is waiting on his new video card. Just bought a new PC, and it came with a busted video card. So
okay,
once he gets that, he should be able to start streaming too.
Well, what I'll do, because what I'll do, you're not streaming to it right now, are you?
No, I am not.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll get that channel and I'll post it in the Discord, Tank, because I don't have shout outs set up for this channel, at least on my side. But I'll get both links. We'll make sure we post the Facebook link and the Twitch link. I'll get that from Brad and we'll get them posted in my Discord at least. I'm sure Black already has it somewhere. No, that's awesome. So let me go into that a little bit. You're streaming on both Twitch and Facebook. How's that work out? Like, you're not streaming simultaneously, I assume?
No, we all have the option to through OBS. I've got the Prime, so I can do it. But we kind of wanted to give different looks. So right now, I've been doing a lot of the Facebook. Dirk's been doing a lot of the Twitch. We were streaming to YouTube there for a while, but it's YouTube is what YouTube is. It's great for video clips and things like that. Not so great for us for streaming. So I've stopped streaming to the YouTube. It's just Facebook for me and Twitch for Dirk.
Oh, that's awesome. And it doesn't break any guidelines because it's 2 separate streams, right, Black? That's what you think? Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It wouldn't even matter. It's 2 separate people doing
that's
2
what I'm
separate
saying.
things.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it's always weird, like, how that matters when it's like, it could be this exact same screenshot. Like, because we're all in a Discord call having a conversation because I'm streaming and you're streaming is like different and whatever. But that's awesome. Oh, okay, it looks like Black actually put a link in here for the Twitch one, which is awesome. I'm sure he's looking to probably find the Facebook one too. Yep, there it was.
There,
I knew it.
No, that's chat to help me out. They've flooded. I love it.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Thanks. I'll definitely still post that. We'll tag it in the video or something like that too. We can do that for sure.
Yeah, I think you guys are doing a massive giveaway right now, right?
Yeah, we've actually got our first PlayStation 5 in.
Hey.
The date is not solid. The last date we talked about was September 22nd. We're still accepting submissions. Once we go over the submissions, it's going to be a panel of like myself, my wife, Dirk, his wife, Chris and his, and Boogie and his amazing boy Levi are going to sit down and kind of vote on who we think is the most deserving of it, and then we actually want to do an in-person giveaway where we're going to hand deliver it, video it, throw it on our Facebook, YouTube, maybe even on our Twitch.
Oh, awesome.
No, that's awesome. No, that's phenomenal.
I love it.
Yeah. No, that's great. Now, so I'm guessing with your entries, excuse me, you want like a write-in or something like that for, why they deserve it or whatnot?
Yeah, right now it's just for like veterans with PTSD, like somebody who's maybe been a little disconnected. Kind of looking for family to reach out. We've already had several good ones of like family members putting in, hey, my husband served at this time. He's got PTSD. He used to love to play games with his friends, but all he's got is a PlayStation 3.
Sure.
The technology's not there anymore. I think it'd be great for him to have. And, the stories that we're getting are very, very touching. As Dirk says,
you guys are you're going to have a hard time choosing. That's why I think Black, you just go with that spinner wheel. I go with that spinner wheel. It's too hard to choose. Like, oh my God.
I could never choose, dude.
We would like to get enough money to where we could just be like Oprah and be like, you get a PlayStation, you get a PC, you get an Xbox. But we're going to try it our best on this first one. This is a big learning experience for all of us. So.
Sure. No, that's awesome. You don't hear too much about that kind of stuff. I mean, sometimes you do, but yeah, I don't envy you when it comes to choosing. That 100% is going to be the problem, right?
Yeah, I think so. We'd even talked about using the wheel, like what you guys use, but we've had, I don't want to say we've had any bad ones, but we've had some that it's like kind of self-submissions, not necessarily what we're looking for, but they're like one sentence, oh, I'm so-and-so, and I would really like this, and then that's it. So we are kind of weeding some of those out, but we still got quite a few very good ones of very heartwarming stories. And so, yeah, you are right. It's going to be very difficult to choose a solid winner.
Well, you're going to get to like a final 5, and it's just going to be like, how do we pick which one,
I don't even know if I can make it to a final 5, man.
Well, it depends on how many you get, for sure.
Yeah,
it'll be tough.
What I'm saying.
I think we're only at 10 right now, but it just started picking up speed last week when the PlayStation came in.
Okay.
So, and we're kind of hoping,
Which is probably,
with the report,
that was probably a hassle
we
in itself, right? That was probably a hassle in itself, getting the PlayStation.
Yeah. Dirk is pretty well connected out there in Vegas, so we got it pretty quick.
Well, now it sounds like now it sounds he spun the wheel and PlayStation 5. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Tink actually you got Tink hooked. She wants to know where she can donate. Is it based on that Facebook page? Probably the best location, or?
It'd be a handful of posts down, but it's the GoFundMe that we have on there. I unfortunately recently just unpinned it and pinned the picture of Dirk holding the PlayStation.
Oh, cool.
But if she goes on to GoFundMe, she can look for, I believe it's just under Dad Body Cavalry, and can pull it up.
Awesome. Okay. She said, sweet. That's awesome. So you guys were all in the same Cavalry. That's how you guys know each other?
Yes, sir. Let's see. Myself and Chris were 2 of the originals. We were there before Daniel and Boogie showed up.
Okay.
When they showed up, me and Chris had already been on one deployment. Daniel and Boogie showed up. We went on another deployment. All 4 of us served together. We're in the same cavalry regiment. I got out shortly after that. Daniel and Chris and Boogie all stayed in, and then Chris and Boogie wound up going on another deployment together after that. And we've all kind of stayed in touch over the years through Facebook. Never anything really close up until like the past year and a half. And we just kind of started playing video games together again and forgot how much we enjoyed it. Back in the old barracks days, we had Cat 5 cable running all through our little barracks area, had Xboxes hooked together. There'd be like platoon tournaments going on, playing Halo. And we kind of forgot how much we missed it until we all got back together and started doing it again.
Yeah. I want to get into like what games, but before I do that, so how long did you serve?
I was active for 6, and National Guard for 3 years.
Oh man, that's awesome. I need to do what everybody does. Whether I don't know whether it's the right thing to do or not. I hear all the jokes all the time, but thank you for your service, right?
Yes, sir. The only thing that I can say back is, well, thank you for caring.
Yeah, right. It's like
That's, I know there's mixed feelings even in the veteran community about that.
yeah.
I'm just thankful that there's people out there that are still thankful for what we've done, what we signed up to do. Maybe not everybody has done it, but anybody who signed on the dotted line had the opportunity to be called away at any point. And we rely heavily on people that are thankful for the things that we do, not even really the sacrifices we make.
Sure.
We all signed up to do it.
I mean, so I feel like I've talked about. I mean, we've had a lot of guests already this year. We're over halfway through the year. We're over halfway to what I told Black was my goal by the end of the year. Yeah. And I definitely have said it because we've had a lot of the veteran community in our chats, right? Like that's kind of like probably close to half of the guests probably were at some point active, right?
Easy.
Yeah. We had one who's going into the Navy this year, right? Like that was his thing. And I would say, probably made this comment in the past. You guys might have not been around yet, but it never crossed my mind to sign up to be in any of the military, right? So like I 100% appreciate the fact that there are people who have that. I look at it the same way, like a doctor or anything like that. Like if it's it wasn't my passion to do that either, right? But I'm 100% thankful for the people who are willing to like make that sacrifice. But not only that, like you have to. I mean, let me ask a little bit about your backstory. Like, what got you down that path? Like, what got you into the military?
Well, I was a young parent. I think I was 19 when my wife got pregnant. We had our first kid. She came up pregnant again. Imagine that. And decided, oh man, what I'm doing is not really cutting it. Babies are expensive. Families are expensive. Really not a whole lot of people in my family had been in the military, but I was always told, if you ever needed guidance, the military was there. They would give you guidance. They would tell you what you needed to do. So I went and I joined, and probably one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. I high school graduate, didn't really have a whole lot going on, no aspirations to go to college, nothing like that. And then the military kind of morphed me into the person I am now, gave me a lot of opportunities after I got out. So yeah, that was the big driving force was children and how expensive they are. As I understand both of you guys have young ones. You're feeling the pains of how expensive children can be.
Yeah. No, it's definitely
so when school starts.
Well, yeah, you gotta have them new kicks.
Yeah, right.
Gotta have all them new clothes.
Everything.
Boogie actually followed the stream, so appreciate Boogie coming over to follow.
What's up, Boogie? Yeah, they're all in chat, all of them.
Yeah, no, it's a real thing, right? People don't really probably understand it. Dirk did as well, I imagine, because that's Daniel, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Were you in were you in a trade before that or something? You said you graduated high school, no interest in college. Were you like into some kind of trade, whether it be automotive, carpentry, anything like that before?
I was in kind of the construction field.
Sure.
I was doing some construction stuff during the day, and then I was doing like security stuff at night. Just all entry level stuff.
Sure.
At the time, because this would have been like 99, 2000-ish. At the time, it was like $9 an hour. Me and my new wife trying to make ends meet. It just wasn't going anywhere. And once I went and I talked to the military, they're like, "Yeah, we pay for your housing, we pay for your food, we give you a paycheck.
Sure.
You get all these benefits." So I was like, "Yeah, sign me up. What cool jobs do you have?" And they're like, "Do you want to be in the Cavalry?" And I'm like, "That sounds sweet. I watched westerns when I was younger. I'd love that."
We're getting a flood of likes on the stream today for sure.
Good.
So shout out to the Cavalry right now coming in. So that's awesome. And like I can see us already starting to drive a message. Like what Black and I try to do at the end of these is always try to drive a message, like a lesson per se, just to build some character for people, right? Because for you and for anybody else who's newer coming over to these, my whole goal with building character at the very beginning, and Black, I knew Black for, I don't even know Black, 8 months before the start of this year. I think we met early 2020. We met, just him popping into streams and meeting people. And I, end of 2019. What year are we in now? No, end of 2020. Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Wait a minute.
It's like, I don't know what year we're in anymore.
Alternate realities.
End of 2020, he was like in a Discord call, and I told him, I was like, dude, I want to do that with this server that I created, which was Dad Cope Gaming, which is not my main account at all. I have it not affiliated. There's no way to pay this account at all because that's not what this account is for. I have it so I can stream simultaneously to Twitch and Facebook at the same time to get a bigger audience, and just meet people, right? In a pandemic world where you're closed in a lot of the time and you can't meet a lot of people, I realized that there's an opportunity to like meet people, and it's awesome to meet a whole new group. But I'm hearing a lesson already. I don't know if we'll get to it yet, but like I'm hearing like a lesson, something about like, even you kind of went a direction that you didn't even know you wanted to go because you kind of felt maybe forced, it sounds like, right? Like it was like, hey, I want something better that's coming out of this, and it turned out to be the greatest decision because obviously you have this Cavalry now, right? That you guys are bonding years later, right? It's awesome.
Oh yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, I wouldn't say it was forced, but
Sure.
You being a dad, you understand, you want to do everything you can for your kids. And that was what forced me to go that route is, I wanted a better life for them. I grew up kind of as a poor farm kid. I never had the new kicks to go to school. I always wore the work boots to go to school. And I wanted better for my kids. And then being so young, I knew that wasn't going to happen down the path I was traveling.
Yeah.
So
where are you from?
I chose what was the best. I'm actually from Illinois.
Okay. Awesome.
It's not far from where I live.
That's awesome.
I thought that was funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah. As soon as I found out where he lived, I was like, oh, one of them people.
Yeah, thanks. I'm still south of I-80, so I'm good.
Did your family have a farm, or like, is that?
Yeah, I grew up, it was mainly like livestock that we had.
Okay.
My grandparents had a huge hand in raising me. So I was always out with my grandpa doing stuff on the farm.
Nice.
We worked for other ag companies, hauling grain, doing fertilizer. And yeah, that was just kind of how I was brought up. Pretty decent work ethic, getting my butt kicked every day. But
yeah. So
now I'm living the big life in the city. Got the dad bod going on. The only thing I got to take care of is my black dog that's running around here somewhere.
There you go. What kind of dog?
German Shepherd.
Nice. Awesome. No, that I mean, I grew up in the countryside, south of Pittsburgh. Like, not, there are farms. Like, it's not like the Midwest, right? The Midwest, I remember when I drove through Iowa. It's like, here we go,
Yeah.
But
it all looks the same.
Yeah, right. But I love that atmosphere. Like, I feel like I gravitate more, like people were always like, people I work with, they're moving to the city, right, and whatnot, and everybody, I'm like, no, I want further. I want this. It's so bad. I want the smell of manure, right? Like, I like, it's fine.
True.
Like,
oh, it is.
I'd rather have that than smog. Let me tell you right now. Okay.
Every year changes here in Illinois. You never know if it's going to be corn or beans. All right.
Yep.
You just never know. They cycle it. You just never know. 1 year it's corn, 1 year it's beans. And then for like 6 months out of the year, you smell shit.
Yep.
It's great.
It is. It's wonderful.
But I mean, I hear you too. It's like that hands work, right? Your that farm work is not. The only thing I can think of is maybe a dairy farm. Like, I feel like there's a lot of machinery with a dairy
Oh, yeah.
farm, right? Not often you see somebody milking a cow anymore. It's usually hook it up and it's being
Yeah.
milked. Everything else, baling hay, I guess technically some of it's mechanical these days, and maybe even throwing them on, but a lot of it was, and I'm sure back in back in the early 90s and whatnot, it was not. So
no, I mean, we had a baler. Unloading it was always the fun part because it'll load it for you.
Yeah.
You just have to unload it.
Yeah.
Scooping grain for cattle, that was usually all done by hand. Taking the hay back out of the barn to go and spread the hay for the cows, that was another one. So yeah, you were handling hay bales, 4 times after it was baled. So
yeah,
it was fun.
The thing that I don't know, this might not resonate with you two or not, okay, but when you look at like how cows are depicted in like a kid's book or story, right? It's always like, oh yeah, the fun cow and moo the cow and all that kind of stuff. Dude, when I see a cow, I'm scared shitless. The thing is massive, right? It's huge. You don't know what
Cows
it's
are
thinking. You don't know what
They
it's
are.
thinking. Like, oh my god! Don't
Cows
put
are
me in a
fucking
fence.
mean, man.
Yeah, no, it's like,
You've been pinched before and had somebody say it's cow bite. Cows do bite.
Yeah.
It hurts. We never named any of our cows because all our cows were beef cows.
yeah.
But we had this asshole cow. Every time you go out to feed it, he would stand on your foot.
Oh.
He just put a hoof on it and just stand there. And it's 12, 16, 1,800-pound animal. You're not moving it. So you're just beating on the side of beef, and it's just sitting there like it's a joke. Like, hey, haha, I got you. You're not going anywhere. So yeah, I mean, cows can get mean. I feel the same way. They always have a smile on their face in kids' books.
Yep.
Never seen one smile.
Yeah.
They always look devilish.
The only one I want to even come close to is the calf. Anybody else, I'm like, no thanks. Because we used to do a lot of like my brothers and my dad and I, we go goose hunting a lot, and a lot of time we'd end up on a dairy farm or a livestock farm or whatnot, and you're always in with the cows in some way, and it's like, get me the hell out of here. I do not want to. Like when they start walking towards you, maybe they're hungry. They think you're feeding them or something. It's like, get away from me.
I mean, they're not that bad, but
What do you mean they're not that bad?
I mean, they're not gonna charge you.
I've seen them charge.
I've seen them run at people before.
Yeah.
Maybe not charge.
I've seen them run at people.
Yeah.
But that cow's not very fast.
I mean, you could get away, but it's not the get away thing.
Don't get me wrong, but
I'm barely over 5 foot. I got short legs. I'm not very fast either, man. So trying to get away from a cow is.
Oh, I gotta just be faster than you, motherfucker.
Oh my god. That's awesome.
That's the title right there. Be faster than your friend.
No, we're talking about the military here and whatnot, and you're like,
Same concept.
it's the same concept. It is, but like it isn't, Let's circle back. You mentioned games. I am interested. What kind of games these days you're playing? You mentioned Halo and whatnot when you guys were in the military, but what are you guys playing these days?
So I play pretty much Warzone. I also just got into a flight sim called DCS. I really enjoy DCS. I do that maybe 3 or 4 times a month whenever nobody else is on, but for the most part, I'm on Call of Duty. Dirk, he plays Apex. He's got kind of his own schedule. Thursdays and Fridays are his Apex nights. Don't bother him for Warzone on Thursdays and Fridays.
Does he have a squad already?
Yeah, they play a lot of arenas.
Ew.
So I'm
It's
sure
like
you could talk.
multiplayer and COD.
I'm sure you could talk him into playing some squad. Chris does World of Tanks and Call of Duty. We were playing tanks for a long time on console before we came over to PC. Boogie, I'm not really sure. Boogie's been playing, I think, not Far Cry. Dang it, what's the devil one? I can't remember what it is now. But yeah, he plays some weird stuff. Diablo, yeah. Yeah, he
There's
plays
a
some
new
weird
Diablo
stuff,
coming out, right?
Being a Californian.
There's a new
Did
Diablo
you see what
coming
he
out,
just
right?
did? He snapped a can.
Yeah, listen, it's not me. You needed to set boundaries for him. Okay.
You
Okay.
didn't tell me anything about the can.
He has like a
I feel it coursing through
yeah.
my
He has
body.
withdrawal right now. You just sent the withdrawal. It's okay. Just make sure you
Look at him. I can't
pack
take
it
my
deep.
eye off
Just make
of
sure
it.
you pack it deep. Okay.
No, look, there's
Don't
nothing
worry.
here now.
Listen. Do you have a steering wheel sitting there somewhere too for your flight simulator? That would be good. Pull the
Dude,
pull,
My whole body just got warm.
Sitting
I'm not even kidding.
right back there. There's my HOTAS, my throttle. It's all sitting right back there.
Like, that's what you need to start playing, man. You can't drive. That big rig truck simulator, I see that guy on Facebook playing all the time. Get that, man.
And since you have your vape, you
Yeah.
fit right in with all of them.
Yeah. Come on, you can be driving a big rig. He brings in a lot of views.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, it's crazy. He gets his Monday morning coffee and he sits there and he just drives this big rig around. It's awesome. I'm not, listen, I can't lie. I've gotten hooked on that stream a couple times. I'm like, what is going on here? This is so engaging and interesting. This guy feels like he's in a semi right now.
I think we could even make it better. I could probably convince Boogie to play it with you. You guys could drive big trucks
Talk
and
to each
vape
other.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
You guys
wrong,
can get
Black?
the little Discord sound effect, so it sounds like little walkie-talkies every time you guys talk.
What's wrong, Black?
My body's warm.
Dude, just get a virtual
I have a
reality
serious
headset.
addiction.
Get a virtual reality headset. You'll feel like you're in the truck. It'll be great. So at least we can't get rid of the taste of tobacco in your lip, but what? What did
It's been maybe 3 years since I quit dipping, and bro,
Is Black okay?
I
Tink
was
wants to know if you're okay.
I was dropping my kids off at school, and we stopped at Casey's, right? And what is right in the fucking window? Grizzly wide cut, $4.19 a can.
Just think about how much money you're saving.
Yeah, man.
Think
It
about how
would be
much money.
so worth it.
Think about how
No.
much money. It's not worth it. Think about how much
Yeah.
money. Think
Dude,
about how
when
much
I was
money.
dipping, it was like a can almost a day. And
Yeah.
Think about how much money you're saving.
I miss it every second.
Kids, don't do tobacco.
Don't start.
This is what I'm talking about, kids. Do not ever do it. It will overtake your body.
It will. You'll have a
Like,
monkey on your back.
The moment he snapped that can, I got warm. I was sweating, bro. I was just telling my wife today, I don't care what you do, I want to dip again.
You're
But,
gonna
like-
you're gonna make a thing where people just come on here and find ways to snap like a Copenhagen can somewhere throughout the stream just to set you off. Like you'll be in a heated discussion and they'll just be like, and you're done.
There it goes.
Yeah.
See, I'm surprised you hadn't heard it through any of the streams because I chew through just about all our
That
streams.
snap's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm sweating.
hey, Bearded Grizz said he put in a Grizzly Wintergreen right now, just in your honor, Black.
Ooh.
Just for you, Black. Ah,
sweating.
man. So it
Black's
sounds like
gonna
you
have a
guys have
meltdown.
a nice mix of games, and it's pretty cool because it's it's not like one person has to stretch those games, right? You have multiple people that play pretty much what they enjoy, and you can get a nice variety.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
So it'd be pretty cool when you're all streaming to that account and switching on and off. It's kind of when I created the Dad Club Gaming like server in Discord, and I created all the socials across the board. And I've talked about this with Black before. One of my ideas was a TV station, essentially, right? Where it was 24/7. You would find people who wanted to fill a time slot, and then people who wanted to watch that person could come watch that person during that time slot. It would basically be a stream that was 24/7, right? It would just always be live, and you'd have people streaming to it. But once again, I didn't want to monetize any of that because I wanted it to basically not have to worry about crossing those boundaries, because then you have to figure out a whole bunch of stuff. Instead, it would be like a portal, right? It would be like, you can stream to this if you want. You can take people from, this community, and maybe they really like you, and they'll come follow you to your other channel whenever you want, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that sounds like an amazing idea. And that's
You guys
Kinda
could
what
definitely be
we-
doing that with the Cavalry, to be honest.
Well, that's kind of what we had talked about. Like Dad Bod Cavalry on Facebook and Twitch. We all have all the logins, all the sign-ins. We've got our group text. We text and talk all the time. And Dirk was actually the one that kind of came up with the idea that, there's going to be times where I'm not going to be able to do it. Like my daughter, she's 17. She's going into her last couple years. She can play softball. She plays softball pretty much year round. So like weekends are pretty well out for me until like November. So, big time for streaming is on the weekends, and I wanted those guys to have the availability to get on there, kind of do that. Dirk's got, I hope I'm not letting it out of the bag, but they got a baby on the way.
Ooh.
So,
Uh-oh.
oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it's out there.
It's out there.
Yeah.
Chris
but,
said his
once-
last phone bill, he had 10,000 texts.
But yeah, once the baby comes, that's going to slow him down some, I'm sure. That's why we're hoping that Boogie and Chris can both get up and running, kind of fill some of those voids. We also have Dad Bod 6410, who's part of the CK Gaming Squad. We got every Tuesday night, we do a co-stream with him. He streams his channel, we stream to ours. It's just him and us. We play games just like Hack was saying earlier. We kind of round robin it if we got that many guys. So yeah, we're kind of trying to do something like that, but still with this being in the infancy, there's still a lot to worry about, a lot to figure out, and me and Dirk both have full-time jobs. Boogie's a student and a full-time dad. Chris he's a retired NCO from the Army. So we've all got other things going on besides this. So we're trying our best to make it happen. But...
Sure, it's tough. Yeah. So you guys are Cavalry. Do you guys also like a friendly rivalry?
Oh yeah, we do.
Because I like, and I feel like a lot of people like a friendly competition where you guys can have the charity and like who's bringing in, who do you want to win this charity? Are you team this or you team this? Let's see who's bringing it into the channel.
Like Team Coke or Pepsi.
Yeah, basically.
And we had talked about that. In fact, that was another one of Dirk's ideas.
Dirk, we gotta talk, buddy. It sounds like we're on the same wavelength. I like it.
Oh yeah, Dirk's an amazing guy.
I'm on whatever wavelength Boogie's is on.
Yeah, he's definitely a Boogie's guy.
Yeah, Boogie's is like.
I tell Boogie's he's gonna have another baby, and it's gonna be with Black. So. Yeah. You can just feel. I don't care. You can just feel the love whenever those two are together.
Yeah.
You can just feel it.
I love you, Boogies. Whoever said Team Coke, you are correct.
How are you guys feeling about Warzone state right now? Are you mainly playing Warzone, Brad, or you also playing multiplayer?
No, unfortunately, whenever I gave up my console, I didn't want to rebuy Modern Warfare. Sure. So I just, for the most part, focus on Warzone. I do have Cold War. I use it to level weapons up every now and again if something new comes out and it's the next best thing. But
what's the new gun?
The RAAL, the RAL, that new LMG.
Is it Cold War or Modern Warfare?
No, that's Modern Warfare. And
you put VLK on it. Let's go.
That and the CX-9 were supposed to drop in the soap pack before Modern Warfare went away. But
I love soap.
The state of the game, Hack knows what my KD is. It's not great, but it's sad whenever I can pull clips from throughout our gameplay, and we're going up against hackers, cheaters, and all kinds of stuff. We still have a good time, but it would just be nice if it was a little more of a pure game. And we run into the same thing in Apex, so it's not just Warzone. It's
sure. I was telling Black this morning when I saw him, I asked him what the update was, because I know that was the first time that I had seen, like, maybe I just wasn't paying attention, but I saw like there's gonna be downtime, right? This morning or whatever. And I asked what the update was, because the last few days, my friends all play on PS4 or PS5. I'm cross playing with them, and they kept telling me that when they were playing without me, they weren't experiencing any lag. The moment we get into a cross lobby, it was lagging. And I was just asking, like, did they fix that? Because I was noticing it. It was like really bad. It was like
I was very angry this morning. I was trolling a child, and I died to a lag spike.
but like it doesn't make any sense.
splatted on the
It
ground.
literally just feels like I mean it feels like what okay. I've been playing Call of Duty for a long time. Sounds like you got I mean, I know Black has, sounds like you have too, Brad. It just this is the first time that they've had something exist across multiple games, right? Otherwise, you didn't play last year's game when the new one came out. It's like you get the new one and everybody moves. And you know, you could try to load up the old server, but after a couple of years, that was dead anyway. It feels like that's what's happening right now.
It really kind of does. We were noticing that glitchiness Saturday night after Black's tournament. The four of us from the Cav, we all got together. We wanted to play at quads, and it looked like we were flash dancing across roofs. Like my own movement didn't feel terrible, but whenever I looked at the other three guys, they were all buggy and jittery, and they were saying the same thing about me. So it was just weird.
Yeah. Even in the customs, we were having issues.
Yeah.
Like I was having people lag out. I was having people load in with squads they weren't on. It was all kinds of problems.
So which kind of bothers me. I mean, I know Vanguard's supposed to be coming out, but it almost seems like they've given up on any type of real support for the game.
When I pull up Warzone, I got 4 games to pick from. What the fuck?
Yeah,
just give me
no,
one.
I know, right?
Warzone.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
One game.
The funny thing is, when you click the other one,
it has to shut down and open up.
Oh yeah,
pissing me off.
It's like, what's the point? What's the point of having this window that shows you them all when you don't even actually open with that, right? Like
I hate it.
I clearly chose in BattleNet, right? A PC.
Yeah.
I clearly chose what game I wanted to play. Why are you showing me these other ones?
I get Modern Warfare. I get that. It's running off its engine. I get that.
But why now? Yeah.
Why Cold War? Why Vanguard? Vanguard is supposedly being pulled off of Treyarch's fucking shit.
Crazy.
But Warzone's still gonna run off Modern Warfare's engine? Like,
oh yeah. And it's bad too when you get somebody that sends you an invite that's in Cold War and you don't look and you accept it, because then your game shuts down and you're like, oh, what did I crash? Because you know, Warzone crash all the time. So you get that little flutter in your heart waiting on the, you know, memory failure or DirectX or a dev code or something. And oh no, they were just in Cold War.
Yeah.
I think if it wasn't for my like urge to complete things and level things up like tier wise, like I get the battle pass just from the CP I earn from other seasons, right? Mm-hmm. And if it wasn't for the urge for me to complete that, and my friends who've moved fully from Fortnite over to Warzone back to Call of Duty where they used to be, I don't think I would open the game. My stream lags when I open it. Like the opening phase of that game is so bad. I get better frames in the menu than in game, like for whatever reason. It's just like it's so hard on my computer. And then like you get into the game and now I'm lagging all of a sudden. It's like it's so frustrating that I don't think I would play it. And I love Call of Duty. I loved playing Call of Duty, but it's just like some of those things are so annoying that it's like, is it worth it? But you guys mentioned go ahead.
I'll agree. I mean, my setup isn't the best. I'm still running a 1080 Ti. Everything else, like I got a 9th gen i9. I'm running 32 gigs of RAM. You know, I built it with the expectation of buying a new 30 series, but didn't expect them to be as expensive as they are right now. But I can play that DCS in full graphics mode, full realism mode, and never really bog my PC down. But like you said, as soon as I jump into Warzone, you know, I can watch my frames jump, you know, back and forth. Just the other day, I think I was running at like 34 frames. I had to restart the game in order to try to get my frames back. And Dirk's running a 3070 Ti, and he's still having issues with frames.
Yeah.
It would be nice if they just support the game like it was its own standalone game and fix the issues. But
I got a really nice GPU, like and I can play just about any game on the highest settings, but Warzone, I have to run like certain things on high and certain things on off just to even be able to get decent frames.
Yeah.
Like just barely above 90. And it's like, this is depressing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it really is. You mentioned the tournament that Black and Justin ran on Saturday. Black, I haven't got a chance to tell you, but you can't. Multiple people
What?
came to tell me I was so close at winning that, and I'm like, I didn't play in the tournament, but apparently there was a Caesar in the game or something. Like, did you even know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently
he was the #1 accusation.
Well,
yes.
Well, you should have been saying this is not the Caesar. We all have come. Okay. Well, maybe you should have said that. You should have.
His last name is Caesar.
Well, I understand. I'm just saying, like, everybody kept coming over. They're like, yeah, Riley won. I saw you were really close, and I'm like, yeah, I congratulate Riley, and I was not playing.
Yeah, Caesar's plays. This is that is.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was
really,
a good time.
Really good Warzone play.
We got beat by Riley twice. We took 2 second places to Riley and Alpha Dad.
Barely won that. They won off of a jailbreak.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the final team. So Riley and Alpha were tied with this other team, right? Okay. Riley and Alpha were dead. They were just spectating. This other team was alive.
Sure.
Okay. Bearded Snuggles is who it was.
Mm-hmm.
So Bearded Snuggles and Riley, they both were competing for the last game, and Riley was out of the picture. So it was up to Bearded to either win it or tie it. So what had happened? Jailbreak at the very last second. Bearded died. Riley come back. Alpha took it for the win. And it was like...
Yeah. Alpha chased me into a corner while I was reloading and killed me for the win. I was very upset.
So shocked.
Hey, chat, just so you guys know, okay? In case you didn't know, those custom lobbies, those people who run that custom lobby, they have full access to run a jailbreak whenever they want.
No, we don't. I would run a jailbreak every game if I could.
I'm just kidding.
At the very last second, you know how tense that was?
Oh, yeah.
It was.
Everyone's face was like...
Yeah.
It was wild.
How does that work?
So many people.
How does that work? Because it's not like you had a full lobby. It's not like you had 150 people, right? So, like, how does...
We were in Rebirth.
Yeah.
We were close to a full lobby.
Okay. No, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like, what, 20
Oh, that's
away
Riley's
from a full
spot.
lobby?
He loves Rebirth. He absolutely loves Rebirth. No, that's awesome. Yeah, so... Yeah, I just didn't know what you guys' thoughts. Like, it just seems like Warzone... Like, it's not Call of Duty's, like... Even though it's making them a ton of money, right? Or made them a ton of money. It's not their yearly go-to. Maybe they will eventually shift to it, but it doesn't seem like they've done that yet.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
BRs are the way of the future. Free BR.
Oh, they are.
No shot.
And I mean, we're really looking forward to like Battlefield when it comes out. I'm more excited for Battlefield than I am for Vanguard, but I'm the same as you. I've always been a Call of Duty guy. I remember playing my first Call of Duty and being like, wow, this is amazing. And no matter how much Call of Duty sucks, I'm always still there. Like, I played all the way through Ghosts. I played Ghosts Online, probably one of the worst Call of Duties in my opinion. And just because it was a Call of Duty, I played it. I like the interaction. Like Hack says, I like to troll the 12-year-olds. I like him to scream.
I had that guy screaming so much.
I really like the younger ones that are just learning how to cuss. And they can't
Just
quite
fuck every word.
Yeah, they can't quite tie it together right. Those are my favorites. Being 40 years old, I'll admit it. I get a kick out of it.
Sure.
Picking on little kids.
I had so much fun trolling that guy this morning. He's so mad.
This might be. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. What do I have? Like a month, 2 months, 2 months to go, right? November. So when it comes out, it comes out in November, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the game coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 months to like armor up and stick to my gut of not fucking buying it. I buy every fucking one for the like I was in line, you know, all the way up until they stopped doing the nightly release. Like the last one I got, they actually released it at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time versus, you know, midnight or whatever that they did in the past. That was Modern Warfare. I got that for the PS4, and then I had my PC, and I'm like, you know what? Do I get my PS4, Black, you know, Cold War or whatever, or do I just buy it for the PC? And I'm like, if I get it for my PS4, I'm never gonna play it on my PS4. So I might as well just buy the digital copy for my PC and call it quits. So now that I've migrated away from having the disc copy, which they're all lined up somewhere back there, I probably might convince myself you do not need to buy the multiplayer. Because like I played Cold War for what, a week, 2 weeks when it came out with my buddies, and then that was it. Now it's Warzone or nothing right now.
That was us, like I said, with the exception of something new come out, wanting to level it up. I know Boogies plays a lot on Black Ops. I'll get on there if we have a bunch of people that want to do it or something new comes out. I don't really like the engine. I feel
clunky.
Yeah, they're two completely different engines, and it's not like going from Warzone to Apex is two completely different games. No, all my guns and everything look the same, but my controls are different.
Weird.
Yeah,
but I would still play with Boogies. That's the difference between me and you.
I would still play with Boogies.
You're not.
I told you.
You're bringing up a good point.
We can work out a trade. If you really want Boogies that bad, I'm sure we can come up with something.
You bring up a good point, though. Like there are nights that we struggled. Not very many. 4 is usually enough to fill like that. That's fine. Because people, you know, I'm in my early 30s, and then you know my younger brother and the people I play with are late 20s.
You have a brother?
Oh my God. Let's move on from this.
Bro.
Let's move on from this. I have 2 brothers. Let's move on from this.
No shit.
So anywho,
Facebook.
I haven't thought about that. I haven't made that suggestion. What has happened when we have more than 4 is usually we like split up, or even like if it's the 4 PS4 guys and me, they basically say, hey, go fuck yourself, you know, and we're going to play the 4 PS4 guys and you're going to do your own thing. But it's not a bad idea because we used to really love Search. So it's like we could just switch over and play Search and Destroy, you know, as a 5 or 6 man squad. Wouldn't be a bad idea. I'll have to suggest
that's what we've done.
Yeah.
There's been a couple of nights we'll find the most absurd operator outfit and we'll run like shotguns and ballistic knives.
Oh, you gotta love the riot shields. You gotta love the riot shields, you know?
And
bitches.
You know, we pick one operator so that the other team doesn't, all they see is they see the same person. And we just run around usually on Nuketown or something like that and just kill people and have a good time. And it is fun, especially when you're drinking. It's a whole lot of fun. But yeah, that hasn't happened in a little while. We're usually pretty well solely Warzone. Like Heck said, we just do our round robin thing.
Yeah,
it's so fun.
And it also is good for like me because it gives me a chance to
walk away
get
for
dinner
a second.
or you know do. And all the other guys, they use it for the same thing.
Yep.
Hey, you know, I'm going to go grab dinner, so I'll rotate out this one. Between me and Dirk, we're usually the first 2 to call it a night. Like, I'm usually getting off by about 9:30, so I can get to bed, get up to go to work. So the round robin with some of our more West Coast guys really works because they know they can get in later in the game, be able to play longer.
Sure, that's awesome. You mentioned shotguns being your like your memeing type deal, and I'm just like thinking, I know I'm shitty, but when I play Search and Destroy, if I'm not carrying a 7.25, I don't know what I'm doing. All right, so. I'm that guy who's like, listen, I can't win my gun battles. So I carry this thing so I can, okay? I don't care how mad you are, you're getting this thing to the face. So stay back.
Now it's all the street sweeper.
Okay.
Yeah, the street sweeper is the one.
The thing's dumb.
Yeah.
It just takes forever to reload it. God.
Yeah.
I love the Jack. That's my favorite shotgun out of all of Modern Warfare.
Yeah, 7.25. I would just
saw
it off.
Jack
My gun
with
looks
incendiary rounds.
My gun looks. It looked like a pirate pistol because I got rid of the stock. I cut the barrel. It looks like a fucking pirate pistol. I'm telling you. Just boom, dead. Just one time.
My favorite one in recent history was World War II, the double barrel shotgun they had in it. That was my absolute favorite one. And the 7.25 now, if I run a shotgun, is what I'll run.
You could shoot that thing with a slug, and you shoot it so far away, and they die in one. It's so bad.
Oh, and it makes me rage.
Even in Warzone, the slug has so much bullet velocity, you can snipe with it.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
It really does.
I'm sure you guys played World War II. Remember, their double barrel had a sniper scope that you could put on it, and that's what I played with it quite a bit, because it was one shot anywhere, like belly button up.
That's ridiculous.
What are you doing, Donkey?
You got the German Shepherd that's all black.
Oh, yeah.
Is it a purebred German Shepherd?
Yeah, yes.
Nice.
Yeah, it took me forever to find him. I'd always wanted an all black one.
Yeah, when I was looking,
I'll be right back, guys.
While Black walks away, I'll say Goldador. He hated it last week. Yeah, look. My golden retriever lab mix, right? Before we ended up going that route, like I was looking for different breed. I was getting my wife a dog for Christmas, and I was looking at the German Shepherd golden retriever that just looked like a polar bear, right? Just all white, and I was like, oh, I want to find that one. But then we ended up going this other route, and I think it worked out for the best. But
figure I'd do that before Hack gets
back.
Oh
man, you should have done it while he was here, or while he was walking out of the room, or right when he walks back in the room.
Yeah, I didn't want to trigger him.
No,
come on. No, I've seen those ones that look like polar bears. They're absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
My daughter actually wanted to get a German Shepherd Husky mix.
Okay.
Because they'll come out a lot of times looking like a little miniature polar bear.
Yeah. Yeah, which makes it cute.
Oh, yeah.
And then massive later on.
Oh, yeah. Well, we had a Husky. I've had German Shepherds for quite a while, but our last one was a Husky, and he was a very large Husky. He was almost 100 pounds for a Husky.
Yeah.
And he was a great dog, especially in the winter because he never shed, but it was all summer long. There was hair everywhere.
Yeah.
Like everywhere.
How's that German Shepherd?
He's not too bad.
Okay.
He does shed, but he's a more of a short coat, so it's not terrible.
Yeah. That's the thing. Oh man, we have dog hair all over the place. With this this dog, it's crazy. I think I need to take her to get groomed because I brush her and it still doesn't help. You know, I'll take her out and I'll have a whole carpet rug outside. You know.
That's what helps right there. Is the Roomba runs like 3 days a week.
Ah, there you go.
And we vacuum. See the stairs, and we go over the entire downstairs once a week, and we still get a fair amount, but once we got the Roomba, it really helped out with keeping it knocked down.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a definite plus for us.
Yeah. So I've looked at, I've thought about it a couple times. I feel like you have to have the house, like you have to have the layout for a Roomba, right? You got to have the right layout, otherwise it would make no sense. Like you got stairs. Okay, well, it's not going up and downstairs. So what do? Do you run it upstairs, 3 days a week and downstairs 3 days a week or something, right? Like it's crazy.
We just do everything upstairs by hand. Downstairs, all these newer houses are all open concept.
Okay.
So we've got tile in the kitchen. We've got like a tile walkway that comes from our front door through the living room and then like back into the laundry room. The Roomba does everything downstairs.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what it just goes everywhere. It likes to attack me specifically at night when it kicks on. It'll come over here to my office chair and just bump me.
Yeah. Like, hey, will you move?
The other Cav guys laugh at me because they can hear it fire up in the background, and I'm like, oh shit, here comes the Roomba again.
Yeah.
Then it does a pretty good job. If it gets full, it goes back to its dock. It usually sends my wife a message saying that it's full. Come change my diaper.
Yeah. It's like, hey, buddy, I know you're trying to have fun here, but some of us have to work. Can you get out of my way?
Yeah. Oh, and it'll scream at you too. Like if it runs over something.
Sure.
And it gets stuck, it'll send her like this obnoxiously loud alert. That's all it says is help. Yeah,
my
it's
God.
great.
I've heard
It's
some horror
absolutely great.
stories with them, like when it runs over the wrong thing, right?
Oh yeah, it's destroyed a couple of phone chargers
Damn.
from leaving them plugged into the couch and they lay on the floor. It's destroyed a couple of those. It's picked up socks,
Yeah.
dog toys like tug ropes. It'll destroy a tug rope. Everybody's seen the Facebook pictures of where it's ran over dog crap
Yeah. Yeah.
and
That's
like
what
smeared it everywhere.
yeah.
Yeah, we're
that'd
pretty
be
fortunate.
hor-
Ours. Yeah.
That would be horrible.
Oh, I might just burn the house down at that point.
Mhm. You just have it everywhere, and like it's like, what do I do with this now?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah, and do I
smeared
clean
and-
the
Yeah.
do I clean the Roomba or
Yeah.
do I just let it go?
Yeah. Like what's going on with that, you know? That's the thing. Like, do you have to like? You have to make sure it's not running over water or something, right? Because if water and lint gets in it, right, then you're just gonna have that like smeared on the sides and everything because
Yeah.
it doesn't really come out well, right, without cleaning it.
Right.
Or is there like a process to cleaning them every once in a while?
No, mainly we clean the tray and
Right.
once a week I'll clean the brushes off.
Okay.
It's got rubber brushes and bristled brushes both.
Nice.
In fact, I think that's what the instructions actually say is once a week clean them off. And it's really easy to do, even with dog hair, because sometimes it'll get wrapped up around there.
Mhm.
I just take a pair of like kitchen shears
Yeah.
and cut the hair right off and it all comes out.
Yeah.
No,
I
it's treated us good. I
What-
like it.
Whatever time you save in vacuuming, right? You just you're like, okay, well, once a week I have to do this, but I save
Yeah.
this much time vacuuming all week, right?
Exactly.
Good trade off.
Yeah, and it runs at night when we're upstairs asleep usually.
That's not
So I don't really hear it. Come downstairs to a clean floor
Yeah.
or to a Roomba that's stuck on a dog toy.
bad.
Either or.
Yeah. Just depends. Just depends.
Yeah, it's a crapshoot. It's a big crapshoot.
It's just spinning in circles. I like
Yeah.
the ones that are like, you've seen the videos where they attach a balloon and then a knife to it and they chase
Oh,
them
yeah.
around and it's like, which one's going to win? Those are those
Oh,
are
yeah.
funny. Like,
Yeah,
who's going to win this?
There's a new one out that is actually somebody's hooked a speaker to. So every time it bumps something, it's ow or damn or something like that. That would personally drive me crazy the way that it runs into everything. But
Sure.
oh, look at that dad bod.
Yeah, there he is.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's trying to put on a show.
Yeah, what's he, about 7 months?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, buddy.
he could, yeah. 9. He's 9. Oh my God.
Oh man.
You don't meet the military requirement there, Black. You got to sign up for the military for a couple months or something, you know?
You could be an honorary member.
Okay. So
We could vote him in, I'm sure.
there you go.
I want to hold a panel of judges. Boogie's that panel.
No. See, it's a 4-person panel. I mean, we all have to vote.
Only Boogie's counts.
But Boogie is the voice, so we'll see how that works out.
I had to make a true entrance. All right.
Oh damn, Chris, why you gotta be like that? Chris said you're 15 months. By the way, heck.
I just liked that as you said that.
Oh,
It's pretty freaking big, bro.
What?
I mean,
See,
my
this is-
pubes, I could hide a pencil under this thing. Look.
I told you
And
those
that-
ice cream sandwiches were going to catch up to you. I tried to
that's what I
warn
like
you.
about this group of guys. They just like to talk smack.
He said, "Get in my belly." I'm
My friend
dying,
used
bro.
to do that impersonation all the time in middle school. It was amazing.
2%, you're one to talk. This is why.
Oh, geez, Barb. Damn. That, by the way, is Chris's
Jeez.
wife.
Yeah.
She's a very, very lovely woman. I know why Chris is so big, though, because she's a hell of a cook.
Ah.
So,
Yeah, my wife buys me ice cream. So. Screw
my
it.
wife just lets me eat out whenever I want. So I'm.
Oh, Terrible.
Yeah, it is. It's horrible. She's like, I don't feel like cooking. What do you want? And I'm like, DoorDash, here I come.
Hmm.
I wish I had DoorDash, dude. I'd probably be twice the weight I am.
I just can't do it. There's too much overhead in the DoorDash, Uber Eats, all those, unless you go pick it up.
Yeah, what is it, like $20 added on?
When you talk tip and you talk delivery, tax, you're looking at least $10, if not more, depending on your order.
Yeah, because I think ours is like $2.50 just for a delivery charge for most places, and then like you said with tip
tax, it's like you're looking at $10 in tip, tax, delivery, right?
Bro, no shot.
Minimum.
This is Christopher. Is Christopher actually his profile picture?
Yes, in the Ranger panties.
Dude, chat.
Yeah. Yeah, there he is.
God.
Yeah, he's sucking it in. Well, no, that may have been whenever he was going to the gym all the time.
Chat.
Yeah, because I just got it for work. Like work gave us $20 to use on Uber Eats for stuff we've been doing. We've all been working from home, but it was like, I guess there's a lot going on, so it's like they allowed us to order lunch on the company and whatnot. And I mean, I go on there and it's like for $20. I'm trying to think like, okay, my son will pick out a few things. He's only 18 months. It's like he'll pick out a few things. I can kind of get something small and we can share whatnot. But it's like for $20 after delivery, it's like, oh, it doesn't work. Luckily, my first Uber Eats order, I also got $20. So I got $40 worth of free food. So that made it worth it. We're like, all right,
nice.
We can do this.
See, I still have recently my oldest, my 21-year-old, just moved back in. Transitioning from living in Illinois to coming over here to Indiana. My 17-year-old daughter, me and my wife, and a lot of times my daughter's boyfriend is over. So that's five of us.
You almost said your boyfriend. You almost said your boyfriend.
I did.
Does your daughter need to know? Does your daughter need to know something there? Like, do you need to tell her? Have a conversation.
No, he's a great kid.
That's awesome.
He actually watched us all night long while we were on Hex tournament.
Were you holding him at gunpoint?
No, he's a bit of a gamer himself.
There you go.
It took me about a year and a half to even really say a word to the kid, but now he's an all right kid. He likes all the same things I do. He likes Star Wars. That was our bonding thing. My wife and daughter were getting their hair done, and we both made the mistake of being like, "Yeah, we'll go with you guys." Him and I sat out in my truck and watched like the last 2 episodes of Mandalorian. Just sitting out there talking.
Yeah, because they're getting their hair done for a while.
Oh, yeah. They went, what's it? Ulta. Super expensive. Ultra? No, I think it's Ulta. Is the name of it.
Ultra's
we got them.
Makeup brand.
No, this is just hair.
Oh.
I think it's Ulta.
Anyway.
Why are you trying to act like you know what's going on here, Black?
I'm just saying.
It's stupid expensive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It takes forever.
Miranda, when she goes into that Ultra store, I might as well go home.
Well,
she'll just call me when she's done.
That's a makeup place, though. He's talking about a hair salon.
Well, and it may be the same place because they do have a lot of makeup out there, and they got like a salon area in the back.
That's what I'm saying. What's stopping them from going into the hair world? It's just a question. Jeez.
You were just trying to brag about your hair, your Jimmy Neutron.
I don't know.
I do like that. I do. Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't have any. So
I wish I could go bald on my sides.
No, I'm just bald everywhere except for on my sides. So
mine's coming off. Mine's coming off here very, very, very soon.
Dude, the man's got a mullet.
Next month. It's not a mullet. My hair is even all around. Not a mullet. It's just because I wear a hat.
Mullets have come back in.
Yeah, sure.
They've come back in. I had a mullet when I was younger.
I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying. I'm not trying to be like, don't tell me I have a mullet because I hate that. No, I'm not trying to say that. I'm trying to say, do not associate me with me because I'm a disappointment to any mullet out there because I don't actually have a mullet. But my hair's going here very soon.
What you should do is you should have them before they actually cut it all off. Turn it into the Billy Ray Cyrus. Get a picture of it and then take it all off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you mean a little Nas video?
Oh yeah.
I have to figure out what to do.
Little Nas.
What? I don't know.
Little Nas X. You forgot the X. You forgot the X.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot the X on the end. My daughter will be so disappointed in me.
Now I got
My wife would be like, "Who the fuck is that?"
I got my hair cut like a week or two before my son arrived, 18 months ago. So now my second one is due. We're basically in September, so this month, right? I think what I'm going to end up doing is cutting it right after that one's born sometime. And then that way I had my hair grow the entire time between the firstborn and the secondborn and cut my hair.
You're gonna freak your oldest out when you cut your hair.
Yeah, my son's going to be like, wait, what? Because his isn't cut either. His has been growing since he was born.
Oh, wow.
So his is pretty long. Not as long as Swerve's son, but it's pretty long.
Yeah, Swerve's boys. I
Three-
think it's
three.
really growing out right now.
Well, they've never cut it.
Yeah.
Him and Bubbles told me they never cut it. It's been 3 years. And in their gender reveal, it was so long, man.
Dude, that gender reveal was such a fucking troll.
It
I was
was.
so mad. Dude,
Yeah.
I seen that on my FYP and I was like, oh,
Dude,
it's a fucking troll. Didn't even like it. Scrolled on. He come in my chat later on. Said, did you see my TikTok about our gender reveal? I look at it and I'm like, I seen this on my goddamn For You page. There's a reason I didn't like it.
I was out buying dog food. I was in PetSmart and it comes up on my TikTok and I'm like, okay, I see it. And I saw what it was. It was a troll. And I'm like, God damn it. So then I messaged, I then spent like forever searching his goddamn VOD on Twitch to find what the actual thing was.
What is it?
Oh, they're having a daughter.
Oh, nice.
So you didn't care enough to go find out for yourself? Wow, Swerve. If you're out there, buddy, just know I went the extra mile.
Camera glitching?
I don't think so.
It's funny because that's also what we call Dirk as well as Swerve.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
it
we got
sounds like Dirk.
It
Sounds like Dirk's already a nickname. No, his name's Daniel. It sounds like you goes by Dirk.
Dirk
I was
is his
thinking-
gaming name.
I was thinking Dirk Nowitzki, so I was like, that's pretty cool.
No,
Just like in my head.
one of our guys, Cav Scout, he was streaming on Twitch for a while, and Dirk came from Dirk Diggler.
Okay.
So he's got an emote of Dirk Diggler, and that's just kind of where it's all kind of came from. We all called him Swerve in the army because of his last name. Nobody really knew how to pronounce it quite right, so it just came out Swerve.
Nice.
So,
I was thinking of two different Dirks, like I said, Dirk Nowitzki and also Dirks Bentley. When you said it, that's
Swerve.
my basketball side and my country side both came out, and like that's where I was at.
Me Swerve.
yes. If you ever have to
Suave?
spell it, that's how he tells you to spell it. Me serve Y.
Or
Yeah,
why.
and he says Diggler.
Yeah, whatever. You know who I was talking about?
And a
Daniel.
wacky driver avoiding IEDs.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like Dirk's gonna have to come on to square this
I think-
all up at some time.
I think we need all 6.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we end it with the best of boogies.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but Boogie right now Boogie's internet's not that great. Boogie's is like
We'll
this
figure it
big
out.
on it's like this big on the news screen. He did look very professional in his dad U-neck he was wearing.
No way.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a V-neck, but it looked like a U.
He slept in it
Love
the
you.
night. He slept in it the night before, so it just got really stretched out.
Yeah. Or one of his kids was trying to strangle him with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I love you, Boogie.
I love like this. This essentially, it's a very. I mean, one, it's for charity, so that's always a great start for anything that's gonna happen like that. It gives.
It's in a damn V-neck.
Oh my god, I can't even think with your laughing, Black.
I'm sorry, dude. These guys are hilarious.
The fact that it's for charity, right? That's already a step that's like above others that are trying to make it for themselves or whatever, which is always good too. Like right now, Black does it for his family. This is how he supports his family, streaming, right? But And then the fact that you guys are all grouped up and kind of doing it together, like that's camaraderie at its finest, right? And that's awesome.
Oh yeah, and that's kind of what we went into this as is like none of us have the expectation of making it big, supporting anything. The only thing we want to do is even if we get to the point that we can be monetized, is all that money goes back into our charity. Like I said, I'm looking to upgrade my GPU. That's not, none of that's coming out of that fund. That's all funded by me. All the money we get in that fund is going to our next build after this one. It will be an actual PC build. We're going to go and build a full PC for somebody, give it away. And that's just kind of what we want to keep doing. If we can do one a month, that's great. If the money's not there, we'll do it whenever we get the money. If we keep getting deals on PS5s like we are, maybe we'll do a couple more PS5s. Oh, and even eventually, we'd like to kind of get to like what Black's been doing for kind of more dedicated setup people. If we get somebody donates a keyboard like a Razer, do the same thing. Hey, here's the Razer. We're gonna do a giveaway on it. Put your submissions in. If you got a PC and you're still using the old factory Dell keyboard. Yeah. Here's a gaming keyboard for you.
Yeah.
And we would. None of us want like big notoriety or anything from it. We want to help other people.
Sure.
Other vets, other guys that we know could come into our Discord. Like Black tonight, he just popped in. We have one locked channel in our Discord, and that's for like our business talk. Everything else is unlocked. Anybody can jump in whenever they want. That's kind of the community that we're going for, so that if somebody is struggling, they just need somebody to talk to and they want to play games. Cool, jump in. Let's do this.
Sure.
What are you down with? As long as it's not Fortnite, we'll do whatever.
So none of you play Fortnite, huh? Not a single one?
I do not. I tried it on console a couple of times, and I was getting wrecked by those same 12-year-olds I like to kill on Warzone. So I was way out of my element.
Was it early on in the Fortnite days, mid days, or late days?
Yeah, it was early. Because I seen the fad coming, and I was like, oh, kind of a free BR. I'm going to jump on this, and I really couldn't get down with it.
They're saying like 3.5 years ago.
Yeah.
3.5 beers ago?
Yeah, 3.5 beers ago. I said 3.5 years ago. Okay. Is when he got it. Because that's when like that that's when I got in. That's when like I would say that fad kind of trickled in. I'm surprised, but back then I felt like even though I was trash on console, especially when I first started trying to learn it out. Yeah. And, it's probably my play style was different. Like I did not land on top of people. So like a lot of the game was not me feeling like I was getting trash. It just felt like, yeah, tree. Yeah. Give me that. Give me wood, tree. The lumberjack, just taking down a tree. It was so much fun. Maybe that's why I got hooked. Cause I wasn't like drop, die. Yeah. And instead I'm like, yeah, give me this tree. Give me this brick wall. Maybe that's what it was.
All of these 9 holes in the golf cart.
Yeah. When there was the golf course, you could just like go play a course. It's so much fun. Honestly, my favorite mobile thing, because it was the first one, right, was the shopping cart, man. I would get that shopping cart and I'd just be pushing it. Yeah. So great. Anywho, well, listen,
Valheim?
We're not going to talk Fortnite because we talked last week and Brad's not a fan.
Oh yeah,
PUBG.
Yeah, I play PUBG. Valheim is another one.
I have Valheim, but I've never played it.
It's a blast.
Loaded it once.
Chris and I, we have drunken nights playing Uno online, and Golf It. If you haven't downloaded Golf It off the Steam store,
it's so
fun. My god! Especially when you're like 6, 8, maybe even 10 beers deep, and trying the finesse courses with your mouse. Yeah, it doesn't. You just wind up driving it clear off the course, and you're like, forget it.
I love golf.
I was just about to tell you, you guys should get PGA.
Oh, PGA is fun.
Oh my god. I still last couple nights actually. It's been out for a year now, and I bought it when it first came out, and it's like $20 now. People can get it for $20, like a Steam code. And I have been playing like one round at the end of my stream because I play like shooters, and I'm like hyped up trying to then go to bed. So now I get to play this like golf tournament. Then I'm draining like these long putts, and I'm getting hype anyway. So it defeats the purpose. But it's so relaxing, and the way I see that game is like a group of people can easily play that together and just kind of like have a chill time playing it. It's kind of cool. I convinced a lot of people to get it. That I don't think I play with anybody. I play by myself all the time.
Hey, that's DCS. I enjoy to do that by myself, and a lot of that's just flying. I enjoy to decompress that way.
Yeah.
But you're right. Whenever I do try to get on there later of a night, I'll usually run into somebody and get all amped back up. I get Top Gun playing in my earphones as I'm flying around.
Yeah. Let's go, Goose. Got this. Yeah. That's crazy.
Dude, I just don't play games offline. Like when I'm not streaming anymore, I just don't do it.
It's a good conversation to bring up. I'm down to dabble in that.
I don't think I've done it in a very long time. I might load up, check something, and then close it back down. But like,
so I don't mind. This is an interesting topic to me because I actually said this on my stream the other day, and then I felt bad because I said it. Because I said if you're streaming, because I saw somebody killed me in the game, and Twitch is in their handle, and I go look them. They're like, not streaming. Don't know when the last broadcast was. I'm like, why do you have Twitch in your name? Like, you took the time to put Twitch in your name, but you're not live. But then I actually said, I was like, look, if you're streaming and you're gaming, why not go live? Like, how else are you going to get out there? I don't truly believe that for people who like are just have a normal gaming tag, because you're not looking for people to find you. But if you took the time to make your gaming name have something in it that represents it, then you should probably be live, because why else are you doing it?
Yeah.
Like people.
Well, and
yeah, go ahead.
Our buddy Cap Scout, he would stream a lot of the time, but there were times throughout the day where he would just play to get footage, different highlights, things like that. But I do feel the same way. We've done it before, got just completely murked in a game, see the TTV, and it's like, oh, we're going to go check this guy out. And same thing. It's a page that's half done that doesn't have any previous broadcast. It was last live 4 months ago or whatever. That's why, that's why all our clan tags are DBC.
I think what it is for me is I wasn't much of a gamer before. Like I said, even when, I was a huge gamer when I was a kid. Huge. Loved Halo. Played it every second I could. And then our first year here where I live now, we actually had good internet. So I bought my wife an Xbox PS4, to find out which one she liked and everything. And, I was on the PS4 playing God of War, the ones I missed. And then, and then I booted up the new Halos, and she was playing Call of Duty Zombies, and it was good. And then, it died off. And then I got into streaming around the time I got hooked on Fortnite. And I think for me, I never played the game without streaming, and it just feels weird. I've gotten to the habit that I just pay too much attention to other monitors. I feel like my focus isn't there because I'm not focused on the game and something else. I don't know how to explain it.
That makes sense. I
feel like I'm missing something when I'm just playing.
Well, so I was making a comment about hey, if you're playing a game, might as well stream. But then it started to click for me. It's not actually true. I don't even believe that. I mean, I do in a sense. If you're going to put 3 hours towards it and you have a stream, then why not? But in the sense of maybe you're just getting on to play one game. There's no point to start up your stream for an hour, half an hour, because you're just going to have people okay, maybe if you're the type of community that just comes to say hi and leaves, then that makes sense. But if you have something that people like to watch or you're basically just teasing them at that point, right? You're leaving them blue balled. I'll say that, right?
Yeah.
Today, though, Black, you make a good point here about the multiple screens. Today, what is today? Monday. My wife had her appointment for pregnancy, so she left, and I was with my son. I lay him down a nap, and he went down by himself. So I'm like, awesome. I'm just gonna go load up my computer and see what's going on my computer. And somebody was playing and was like, awesome, I'll catch some games with them. And I was offline, but they were streaming and that's how I knew they were playing. So I was talking to them, playing the game, reading their chat and having interaction with them through their chat while I'm playing with them. And it was like, even though I'm not streaming, I was still looking at somebody else's chat and reading it and like having a conversation with him about his chat and all that kind of stuff, which is crazy to think of, right? It's like
I think that's how I would be.
Yeah. The only other time I do it now, I'll be honest, is PGA. I'll say two things. It's not really interesting for people to come and watch. It is good for me because I can basically have a just chatting stream, right? I'm playing golf. It's like not stressful. I can just talk to somebody. But if I have a high viewer count and I want to raid when I have a high viewer count, it's a good time to just like transition people out, go watch somebody else. I can actually then watch, and I've done that a couple times now, watch that person while I'm playing golf, right? So I'm no longer streaming. I don't have any responsibilities to talk to chat or anything. I get to now interact with this person, right? And watch them and support them, right? While playing around, like while easing through my night of like round of golf or something. But I agree, you know, I'm going to change up though, Black. This next month when this second one gets here, like, I don't know if I want to be live and then tell people, hey, I'll be right back. I have to go, you know, give a baby a bottle or, you know, get him back down. Like, I don't know if I want to do that or not. I might just be like, hey, there'll be a couple days that I'll stream and other days I'm not going to, you know? Like, I just don't, but I'm still going to want to play video games because I can walk away from a video game, right? I can be like, okay, I got to go.
Yeah.
I'll come back to it. It is weird. I get it.
I don't know. Like, I even feel like I crushed my wife's enthusiasm for gaming. Like, honestly.
Oh, because she was playing and you were like...
Like, we used to play Fortnite together. We used to do it all the time. And then, like, she would come in and play Phasmophobia every once in a while. And now she just wants nothing to do with it. Nothing.
Yeah.
Once it become, like, a regular thing that I just do, like, she wanted nothing to do with it. I feel bad.
Yeah.
I feel bad sometimes because my wife doesn't play games. She doesn't understand them.
No, and that's how my wife sees it now. She's like, I just don't get the game like you do.
I tried to get my wife into Fortnite so the funny story, Black already knows it, I'm pretty sure. At the end of our wedding registry, like I got hard addicted to Fortnite when it first came out. When I first started playing it, which was early 2018. We were getting married at the end of 2018, like September. And at the end of our wedding registry, I put a switch on there so I could get the wedding, discount, the registry discount, like 20, 25%, whatever it was. I got it for like $50 off. A friend of mine who knew me from college, she bought me games because she knew it was for me. She's like, I want to get a gift for him, so like I'm gonna get this. Which I was like, wait, why am I getting these games in the mail? Like I was planning to buy these, I just wanted the discount. So now that I had and this is before I had a PC, so I had my PS4 that I played on, and I bought this Switch. And I tried to get my wife on it, and she just like couldn't take the anxiety. And she actually liked games, but I don't think she likes that kind of game. I think she'd be more of like an Animal Crossing or like a Minecraft game or something like that.
Now my wife plays Minecraft, like here and there, but not like Colton. She's like, I want to go build a fort,
sure,
and that's what she'll do. And as soon as she's done with the fort, she's gone.
Yeah.
I've tried to get mine in on several levels. About the closest we ever got was probably like 2011. We had Rock Band.
Oh, I love Rock Band. Bro.
She loved it. She'd come in, she'd sit down with the guitar, and she'd make me dig the drums out because she didn't want to play the drums. So I'd dig the drums out. We'd sit there after the kids went to bed, and then usually wake the kids up from jamming out. But that was the closest thing.
So loud, bro. Jesus. Even when you bought the dampeners.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I had the cymbal kit. I had all of it because I'm like, yeah, you know, I can finally do something with my wife.
I love it.
And then she kind of fell out of it. She's tried Guitar Hero a time or two since then, but just can't get back into it. She's her idea of games now is like TikTok.
I love the farm on TikTok.
Every night I go to bed and I listen to like the same TikTok for like 8 times before I finally roll over and turn her phone off.
I'll tell you, it's a little shameless, I guess. On Rock Band, I don't think I played any of the instruments. I only sang every single time.
You could have played perfect with me because
I'm
I
telling
never
you,
wanted
I'm
that
telling
part.
you,
Yeah.
solo, right? Because Rock Band, you could play it solo.
Oh yeah.
Like I would just sing the song while there's no music, no instruments going. I would be like, I'm gonna be the singer here. And
You
it was
know,
always Paramore. That's what you get in falsetto.
Yes,
That was
I
it.
would.
Paramore,
That was
bro.
it.
I would love to find the video of my middle child when he was younger. He didn't know the words, but he understood how it worked, and he would just ooh and ah into the microphone, and that kid would score so friggin' high. Yeah, and like
Yeah.
Eye of the Tiger was his favorite one to sing.
Ooh, yeah.
He knows all the words to it. I'll catch him singing it even to this day. But even back then, he knew the words, but he wouldn't sing them. He just couldn't hit the notes whenever he sung it, so he just mouthed sounds.
Yeah.
Used
Just to
be
get the bar where it
hilarious.
needed
Yep.
to go.
I could only hit them falsetto. If I tried to
Wow.
sing like normal voice, like it just would not work. Dustin's in
remember-
chat. Welcome back, Dustin. Happy to see you
Right
back.
before I moved to Illinois, my mom let all my friends come over, and there was like 5 of us, and we all played Rock Band. You know, we had the bass, we had the guitar, we had the singer, we had the drums. And dude, we scored over 1 million points. I have actual photographs of like the TV.
That's awesome.
And like it was the best. Like, you know Spencer? I don't know if you know Spencer, Black Crow.
Yeah. I know Spencer.
He was in one of those photos.
Nice.
He was the bass.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My
times, man.
college roommate had Rock Band. Like I just remember that drum set sitting in our room because it never got used. You know, it just sat
So
there.
are you gonna sing for us?
No.
Yeah.
No. Whoever's
Like a
asking
solo
for
right
it,
now?
no.
Tank?
No. Whoever's asking for it, no.
I mean, I think
I don't have
think we
any
need one.
music.
We need a
well,
theme song
listen,
for the entrance.
Let me
of
just
this.
say, everybody, it is so good that we will get DMCA'd. Okay, it is
It's like
so
fucking,
good.
it's gonna be like Step Brothers when he's singing
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
end.
like
fucking
Yeah.
Catalina wine mixer.
exactly. It's so good. You have a voice of an angel.
It's a fucking Catalina.
Are you
wine
fucking with me
mixer.
right now?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Uh,
Movie's amazing.
It's so good, bro.
listen, nobody ever said it. I was a good singer. I just when when I was in 3rd grade, career day, I took my acoustic guitar in and I was like, I want to be a country singer. And it
Nothing
never
wrong
came
with
from
that.
there. Oh no, it would have been fantastic. But it came up with some nice country name. It's been golden. It's been golden. You know?
Roman is perfect.
I think we can come up with something better. You know?
You could.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
you kind of got that like Florida Georgia line look almost.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
yeah. Figure out what happens when I cut my hair.
What do they call that? Hick hop?
You don't like Florida Georgia Line?
No.
No,
Oh
really,
my
I don't.
God. Come on,
I like
guys.
a few of their songs.
Come on, guys.
but-
There's enough good songs in there to say you like
It's like
Florida
maybe
Georgia.
one or two.
No, there's a few.
Mm,
There's a
Nah.
few.
okay.
I can't
Oh,
think
really?
of them
Started-
because I don't
Uh,
like search
I
them
don't-
on repeat. But
I think that is actually considered like its own genre as bro country.
I'm pretty sure you're right. And they started that whole fad with their like lowered back end pickup trucks, and they're just weird. They wear skinny jeans all the
I get
time.
it. You squat to do everything. I get it.
But no, they do have a couple of good songs.
you guys are wrong. Wrong. Leave them alone. Leave them alone.
Alright.
Leave them
All
alone
right.
just because
I'll
they're not
drop it, I'll
just
drop
because
it.
they're not Brooks and Dunn, okay? Just because they're not that duo, all right?
I was
Not
thinking
even
like Big and
close.
Rich, but
Yeah, big and
embarrassing.
rich. Oh man, I can sing.
They're not even in
That's
the
the
same
only.
category.
That's the only. There's probably 2 songs in my entire life. I just had this conversation with somebody earlier today. I'm not good in lyrics, like remembering a full song. There are only 2 songs that I really, at the time of listening to them, I knew. One was Dierks Bentley. What was I thinking when that song came out?
Mhm.
And the other was Big and Rich. Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Or a cowboy.
I can
yep.
basically see that music video of them and just marching across that bridge. Yeah, it just gave me chills. I'm not kidding. Goosebumps. Goosebumps. That's it.
Yeah.
I like the slow songs. Anything too fast paced, I can't keep up with her. I'm a thoroughbred, what she said. We're just gonna go away from it now. So you mentioned your wife and gaming, but like streaming wise, like I had this conversation actually earlier today as well. How do your wife's with streaming? So Black, I know your wife obviously supports you because that's how you're supporting the family. But how's your wife with streaming?
If she had
Brad?
a choice,
Okay.
I would not be streaming.
Okay.
That's honest.
And does she watch your stream? In the
Only
early
when
days,
she hears her name.
in the early days, I remember
watched it all the
Wife
time.
Hack 2K in the chat all the time. But
Yeah,
okay, so
before it became a job, she was very interested in it.
okay. How about you, Brad?
So, more so now since we've started our nonprofit, she supports it. Before, like I said, she just didn't understand the video games and the kind of enjoyment that I get out of it. So to her, it wasn't that she didn't support it; she just didn't understand it. Now, since we're doing this, she does support it more. You know, she's just excited for this, is what I am, and I'm sure what the other guys are. But she's also told me I need to slow down a little bit because, the four of us will usually get on. I'm on usually at least 3 hours a night after I get home from work. My schedule and her schedule don't really line up with her job and my job. Even though we both have day jobs, she doesn't get done till 5:30. I get done at 4:30. I usually start streaming about 6. So we get about a half an hour to really talk. Because even though she works from home, don't walk into her office when she's working because she gets mad at me. So,
honey, I'm home. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, that's
it's not
usually what it is.
5:30. It's not 5:30 yet. It's 5:29. Get out of here.
I'll stick my head in the door and be like, "I'm home," and she's like, "I know."
I heard you fucking pull up.
Can you be any louder?
Yeah. And then I'll go and I'll change clothes. I'll play with the dog. She gets done working. We'll talk for a little bit, and then I jump on the computer, stream with the guys, have a good time, and then we usually go to bed. Like I said, about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. We'll head to bed. We might talk for 15 or 20 minutes until she starts up her TikToks, and then the rest of the night's done.
Nice.
That's a
But yeah,
question.
She does want me to slow down a little bit. So I'm going to have like an off day or two probably through the week until softball really picks up, and then my off days will be the weekends.
It is good to take off days.
There is a question that you actually spurred as well. So when you guys found your wife, right? I had this conversation earlier today with somebody who's younger.
This is like number 4.
What?
I had this question earlier today.
I'm no, not this question. Conversation. I've had this conversation. I told you I played games over my lunch basically because he was sleeping, and like this kid, I like him. I get a good conversation out of him. It's nice. It's felt weird making friends with people who are 10, 15 years younger than me. But at the same time, when I look at my work, I go to work with people 10, 15 years older than me. And I get along with them very well. So like, it's not actually that weird. It's just like, there is this sense of like, wait a minute. I graduated high school and you weren't born yet, right? Like that's weird, right? That is weird. That is weird. I got married and, or I guess that's not that long
You
yet.
went out of preschool.
It's gonna happen. Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, right. Something like that. But so, wife, right? Like a partner in life, husband, wife, whatever the case may be. How imperative do you think when choosing a partner or like meeting somebody, a soulmate, whatever you want to refer to that person as, that you share interests, right? Because like you're saying here, but with your wife, right, slowing down, whatnot. But if your wife was into streaming the same way you were, like, would you be just kind of doing it together? Would that be your hobby you do together, and that's like your enjoyment? So like, let's say you like watching movies, so you go watch a movie. That's what he goes and does. I'm just curious what your guys' thoughts are on that. Like, should people take that into account, or is that like?
I have a ton to say on that, but I'll let him go.
Let Brad
first.
go first. All right.
Okay. So, I mean, I think that, you do have to share some interests. Over the past 22 years or so, our one big common interest between me and my wife was the kids. And we've had this conversation on several occasions about, now that the kids are all older, once they move out, what do we have in common? Because me, I'm like a mountains person and she's a beach. I like video games. She likes her TikToks.
Can I get
She's a very social person. I'm not really that social, really, like outside of, I don't know what it is about gaming and online and stuff like that. I can be very social in this setting, but if we were to have done this at a restaurant or a bar, I'd have been completely different.
We would have had to get you a few drinks in. What you're saying. Okay.
So, yeah, I think it's important, but I also think that, once you're kind of at the point where my wife and I are at, we do try to find things to do together. It might not be something that I 100% thought I'd enjoy, but I always have a good time with her. So her interest can still be my interest, maybe not as passionate. Like she loves to go and do wine tastings. I never really thought I'd like wine. It's actually a pretty amazing drink. Who knew? But yeah, I mean, I think that it is important that you do share, but at the same time, I think that it's also very important you have your own things.
Black, what's your rebuttal?
Motherfucker just stole the words out of my mouth.
Oh, you shouldn't have let him go first yet.
Me and my wife are almost, me and my wife are almost polar opposites.
Yeah.
Identical to him. I do good in this atmosphere. I do not do good in that atmosphere. I'm not easily triggered outside world, but like I'm not scared to tell someone when they're wrong outside of this room. And so but like my wife, she's very social. She's not scared to, make new friends. She's very active in her group. She likes to go out to beaches, anyone who follows me knows she used to go to the beach all the time during the summer. Like, she would go and chill at the lake and hang out with her friends and with the kids and everything. Very social with the kids, very outgoing, outdoorsy. And I used to be that way, but like as time grew on, I liked this. This is where I'm at. I like being inside. I prefer the cold. She prefers the hot. Like we have a lot of we just don't have the same interests. But and like he said, our very common interest is our kids. And me and my wife have been together this whole time, and we've had kids every step of the way. And I want to say, for us to be so different but so alike in a weird way, the moment I realize I know me and my wife are going to last a long time is when we're watching a movie and we quote something that just happened. And I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, someone said something stupid in the movie and then you repeat it out loud. Me and my wife will do that simultaneously all day, every day. And that's how I know me and my wife are on the same wavelength. And I'm fine with that. And, as the kids get older, even the first day the kids went to school, she cried, I cried. Like, it was weird. I'd been away from my kids, but in a different aspect. And we were sitting on the couch, and I was like, I feel like you have to fall in love with me all over again. Because I feel like, we don't know each other like we used to. Are we going to be okay, sitting here alone with each other? And I am the type of person to ask that question. That's almost exactly how I asked her it. And she said, stop being dumb. And I'm like, Miranda, that's a real question. Like, that's a real question. And it took her a second for it to sink in, I think. And she was like, I guess we'll find out. And guess what? We have a date planned tomorrow for while the kids are at school. Today we went out and got her all her stuff for her hobbies, because she's wanting to get into like reef making and like, painting and all this again. because that's what she was doing before the kids. She was painting. She was into crafts. And, you know, I'm so excited to see her excited about that. And I think I even made a post about it on my Facebook. Hey, I'm opening up graphics. I'm working in extra time because I want to support my wife that's going on right now. And dude, I was flooded, and we had enough money to get her everything she needed for her hobby. And I just to see that spark in her, I'm so happy, and that makes me happy. So like, common interest is seeing each other happy. You know, like that's an interest. People may not think it is, but like seeing each other happy is an interest to have in one another. You know, because then you're looking out for each other's best interests.
Oh, and I'll agree with you on that. I mean, that's one of the things I like to do. I like to spoil my wife.
I love it.
You know, any little thing I can do, and she always tries to do it for me.
Yeah. And they do it in their own way, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's
and
amazing.
Like, I always try to, you know, whatever she may say that she's interested in, I'll go out and I'll buy it.
I'm so ready.
Yeah, I'll do whatever just to see the enjoyment. And I guess that is a common thing. You know, she does like to kind of spoil me.
Oh yeah, when she comes in and cleans this room, I'm like giddy as a schoolgirl. I'm like, hey, you looking good right now.
anything I've asked for, pretty much for my setup that I have here, she's never had a question about it. She's like, well, go ahead and do it. And I try to reciprocate. I try to do the same things with her. And it does bring joy to me. And maybe you're right. Maybe that's what we'll find once my kids move out, is we'll just kind of go back and forth. And
I think,
and we've done the same thing. We, at least 1 week in a month, we plan like a date night.
Yeah.
Just her and I. And it might be something mundane as going to like Texas Roadhouse and then going grocery shopping afterwards.
That's what we're doing.
But yeah, it's
we're
like
going to the Mexican place and then hitting up IGA.
Just see right there. Oh man, you got an IGA?
Yeah, one of the last few.
I know.
They just closed down a really big one in a town above us. Yeah, I love.
Yeah, sorry that spiraled with the IGA thing, but
I can spiral. I can spiral anywhere.
Dude, it's just. I mean, that was what we planned second day out. We were driving, you know, to pick up some groceries while we just dropped off the kids. And I was like, hey, why don't we just have a date, you know, while the kids are off? And like, I've been looking so forward to Tuesday. Like, I've had such bad memory lately, but I have not forgot Tuesday. And like, it's just because it's just replaying in my head. I'm so excited, dude.
Yeah.
So excited.
No, I mean, I hear you guys. I just wanted to gauge what your both of your thoughts are, right? On, you know, picking your partner in life, right? Essentially, and how people can go about that, or what they should be looking for. And Dustin made a comment about, you know, it's either one way or the other, right? You either have a ton in common or nothing, right? And it's like, you know, it can work both ways. It just depends. It depends on like what matters most to you. Like if it matters to share those hobbies or not, right? Do you want the person who's also gaming, or maybe you like to do like puzzles, right? And sit down and do a puzzle. Maybe you like doing those and things like that. That's something I think that my wife and I share. Like I enjoy doing puzzles, but I don't know. I don't sit down. I don't have the space. You know, I think at some point, when I have a house big enough to support a room dedicated to like a table that can be occupied with something on it all the time, meaning like a puzzle, right? And it's like that table isn't used for anything other than a puzzle, then I think we could probably do that. But it's few and far between that my wife and I like. She likes, I mean, I don't mind reality TV. Like I like some reality TV. But there's some trashy reality TV that she likes, and I just like, I'm like, I can't do this, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm wasting my time here. But you know, it's one of those things. Like some of those things don't matter to me. You know, it's like for me, I didn't. I knew, like I dated a little bit here and there, but I knew when I met my wife that for me, it was how you work through something. So when you have a fight, how do you like get through that fight, or like what happens, you know, and how do you recover from it? Because it's unrealistic. I mean, if you match in every single category, then you might have somebody who's like you're gonna get along with 24/7.
I don't
but
know if that's even possible.
I will leave that open that somebody who has it, because I don't need to be the person that's like being called a fraud because I said something and it's
No,
like,
I'm
no,
not
we match completely.
saying-
But no, I know
I'm-
what you're saying.
I just don't know if too much of the same thing is good.
I think
Yeah,
it can
see,
be.
I don't-
Someone
think
that
it
eats
can
the
be.
same meal every single day.
I think it can be.
But like,
I think it can be fine. I think it can
I
work either
think
way.
it could.
I don't know.
I just think that it all just kind of depends on the
I would
people.
want to
Like,
talk to them people.
Christy said it
When-
can. Christy said it can be. She also
when me
said.
and my wife. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I laughed at this earlier, but I didn't read it. I didn't read it out yet. She
Let me
also
look.
it was around you and your wife, Black, but basically her comment was until she baby proofs the fridge and Black can't get in it.
Fucking, she did that, dude.
Yeah.
It took
But-
me a little bit to figure that out.
Go ahead,
No,
Brad.
like me and my wife, when we got together, like our first date was in like '96. I was 16, she was 15. You know, we were typical teenagers. There was really there was an attraction there. But that's what it was. It was an attraction.
Sure.
She was hot. I thought I had a chance,
Yeah.
and it just kind of went from there. And we really didn't we had talked, but we didn't have a whole lot in common. We just liked being around each other. And you made the comment about getting in fights. After 22 years of marriage, I think our last fight was probably like 5 years ago. Our last
real
actual fight. Yeah. Like
Not just a
we'll find
disagreement.
stuff. Yeah, well, we'll find stuff now that we'll argue about just to argue about it, because one of the two of us will look at
I
each other and be
said
like,
blue.
"Seriously, are we arguing about this?" And it's, that's just kind of what it's come down to now. And I'm very much like you. There are times I do enjoy to sit down and watch TV with my wife, and there are some shows that she watches that, like, she likes that used to be 16 and Pregnant. I forget what it is now on MTV.
What is it? Is it OG Teen Mom
Yeah.
OG, Teen Mom Next Generation?
All of those. And I'm
I was
like,
gonna make another comment, but not for the stream. That one. Listen, what the final that I was gonna throw out there, just so you guys know, I can DM you on the side later if you want. It was totally wrong and inappropriate. I will DM it for you, but this
I
is
need
not.
it now.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Text me. I
don't even know if you'll get it. Will you get it?
Probably. My wife watched all that.
yeah, but yeah, I just can't. Those, and I'll sit
16
there and I'll
still pregnant.
yeah,
It was so much worse.
I'll play on my phone just to sit there and spend time with her. And even like laying in bed, sometimes I'll roll over there and just put my head on her shoulder and watch some of the weird TikToks that she watches, just to feel like I'm spending time with her. Now,
That made news, right?
Black.
Uh-oh.
It was just Black. It was just gonna be like I was
It
gonna
made
say
news.
Team OG Next Generation, and I was gonna say that one, Black, and it was just gonna be so bad. I couldn't do
all
it.
right, I have
All right,
to
I'll
know
tell
now.
Unicorn too.
It made news, Caesar.
I'm
And
sure
she
it
made
did.
bank.
Sure it did. It was gonna be the third one in the
Oh,
rotation. It was gonna be
yes.
like boom, boom. Drop that hammer.
I have seen that, by the way.
I'm pretty
All right,
sure
we're not gonna go
Yeah.
there, guys.
No,
I didn't have
I'm just
any
saying.
beer. I didn't have any beer. We're just gonna have a nice civil conversation here.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be the topic of our stream tomorrow.
Yeah,
so,
right. There you go.
Yeah.
I'll
If
tune
anybody
in
wants
for
to
that.
find
I'll
out,
tune
yeah,
that. I'll tune in for that.
If you want us to find out, just pop over to Dad Body Cav tomorrow.
Could you
and,
imagine what would
I ain't talking about it ever.
listen? What would that have done to you guys if I just said that in succession? I was
I
like,
would have
boom,
probably
boom.
got cherry red, bro.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I got sweaty sitting here thinking about it right now.
we
Yeah.
would have went down a whole different branch.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I was talking about country
This-
names earlier. We'd have been talking about a different kind of name.
Yeah.
Listen, I've given all the context clues without
Yeah.
saying. So we're doing a good job here. If you're interested, you already figured it out. And if you're not, you don't need to know, Oh, man.
Yeah.
Black can't
I
even
got my
take it
guys.
anymore. Black can't handle it anymore.
I got my guys messaging me telling me to put it in our Discord right now. No, I'll wait. Well, I'll let you guys know later.
You guys can get it later. Oh man, if I that would have been a fucking mic drop if I just said those three,
Oh,
like as
yeah.
the third one.
That would have been great.
I also run the risk of you guys not knowing what that was, and then I was like awkward having to
We
explain it.
Oh no, you just tell them to Google it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
We know.
And then you're screwed. Then you're screwed at that point too. Anywho,
Yeah.
So and sure, Chrissy said she agreed with you, Unicorn, around the. I'm assuming that was around the fight, Christy. Like you said 5 years ago, and now it's just like now you get into a silly argument and just basically look at each other like, why are we doing this kind of thing. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's unrealistic to think that you probably will never go through a single one of those arguments or discussions at some point. It's just how do you come out the other side, and are you able to work through it or not? And my wife have it all the time. Like I'm just like, well, where we at? Where we going from here? Like, why do we have the same one over and over again? It's like, is it because I don't budge or you don't budge, or like what is the real reason? And the worst part, I'll tell you all right now, the worst part about my wife and I's differences, okay? I am, and I need anger management, right? Like I am Adam Sandler in anger management with Jack Nicholas, right? Like I am like a ticking time bomb a lot of the times, right? And my wife, on the other hand, so that's my emotion, right? My emotion is anger. Like it's not sadness. Like I get angry. My wife's emotion is to get very, very sad, right? Like crying, like super emotional and crying, hysterically crying, right? Where it's like my anger doesn't know how to handle that, and her crying doesn't know how to handle my anger. So now it's just like you're at this like, how do we move forward from this? But it's always good. My only insight to give people is like if you need to find that out early, if you can't get, it could be all rainbows, right? You can go to dinner, you can go to movie, you can have your alone intimate time, whatever, right? Attraction. But if you can't get over an argument or a fight, like you either hold a grudge or you aren't understanding or whatever, then it's never going to work, right? Because that is inevitable.
Oh yeah, and kind of circling back to our group, part of our group, that's one thing. I don't know if I'll say we all have it in common, but I know I myself, I'm rated for PTSD, and that's one of the huge things with PTSD is kind of the way you show emotion. And just like that, my wife, before I joined the Army, I was more of that kind of lock it down, like you were saying, ticking time bomb kind of guy. Afterwards, my fuse got very short. And I never got violent with my wife, but I would have extreme anger issues. And it took a while to get those reined in. For the most part, I reined them in by myself before I even went and sought treatment. But after treatment and seeing who I was before and who I am now, I'm surprised that me and my wife stuck together because I was a very non-flexible person at that point in my life. And I think that's why we haven't had near the fights that we used to, is I've kind of learned how to deal with a lot of that. I've become a lot more flexible with things. She will probably attest otherwise and say that I'm still kind of non-bendy, but I don't have near the anger outbursts that I do unless I'm playing Warzone and I get smoked and then I get mad. But it's just, and that's kind of what we're going with. Like I was saying earlier with our Discord is, if somebody is having those emotions or anything like that, we've all been there. We've all done that. Stop in and say hi. What works for me might not work for you, but it'll at least give you somebody else to talk to. Maybe even you can even come in there and yell and scream at me if you want, if it makes you feel better.
I'll tell you right now, I can't tell you how many times just a flat out yell into the abyss is super helpful, right? I actually wish I could do that more. Personally, I wish I could do that more because I think it would help me for when like it erupts for me. Because like when it erupts for me, it's like I'm not a violent towards people thing at all. Like I I don't see myself that way. I see myself being the guy laying on the floor, beat the shit out of, right? To be honest. I'm like, I want to break things. Like,
Yeah.
I basically want to be the person who goes into that room and breaks like all that shit with a sledgehammer, you know, like one of those rooms you see. Like
Yeah, the break rooms.
yeah, like I have that emotion go over me. It's like I want to kick a garbage can as hard as possible. I want to break a glass door, right? Like it's just like I have that mentality, and I just wish I need to like have this padded room to just scream and let all that extra energy out, you know, and just decompress and go back to my normal.
Oh yeah,
Man.
and
I don't.
What? You don't know
Like,
that?
I mean, I get mad, but like, my anger comes out in a different fashion, and I don't know how to explain it. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I get mad, but I don't know. It just comes out in a way different fashion. Like, I think my anger turns into emotional. Like, my anger turns into sadness because I don't know what the fuck to do with it.
oh yeah, and
Like,
mine would eventually get there.
I don't know what the fuck to do with my anger.
I'm gonna tell you what happens
Like,
to mine.
I've
Mine
tried
comes out.
screaming. I've tried screaming. I've tried, like just like this guy said, he puts holes in the wall. I remember I've punched my door one time, like, but I don't think, like, I don't know, like it was like single events. Like, I don't think.
If you could feel what a volcano felt like, I'm telling you,
I've
telling you
seen
that's what that's the it's like just a straight eruption for me. It's like it's just like that is how I relieve myself of the anger. I'm still angry, but like that is like it's boiling, and it's just like Old Faithful, you know, it just explodes.
See, I think for like us, at least my group and a lot of my vet friends that I've talked to, ours goes to violence so fast because it's almost bred into us. We're taught very early on in your military career violence action. You want to use the most amount of violence as you possibly can up front to stop whatever it is, whether it's an argument, it's a fist fight, whatever. And I think that's a really hard cycle to break because it's really, really beat into you. And I know that that's what gets a lot of the guys in the military in trouble. And it's not, I use violence as a broad term,
Sure.
not physical violence,
Sure.
but yelling and screaming.
Yeah.
That used to be my real big one. I would escalate extremely fast in yelling and screaming, and I'd frighten my wife. I'd frighten my kids. I would frighten other people around. And I mean, coping skills. That's a big. You got to find your own coping skill. Whether it's like you were saying, just find someplace you can go and scream. I don't necessarily advise against punching holes in walls or anything like that, but for me, it used to be, a good old Marlboro Red and like Five Finger Death Punch or Avenged Sevenfold turned up to where my ears were bleeding. That's what would bring me down. It's weird because you're listening to really hyped music.
Yeah.
But it would help bring me back down. I'm sure that Chris and Boogie and Dirk can all have their own coping skills. But that's the benefit is, once you learn one, it might not work for you. It might not work for Hack, but, the listening to the music turned up to 10. That might do part of it. Now you got to figure out the rest of it.
Right. Yeah, it always helps to have things to try, right?
Oh, yeah.
Joe is this space.
I'm actually really getting another good lesson, so this is awesome. We can develop your, find your coping mechanism or anything, right? This is awesome.
Oh,
yeah. No, it's just like one of those things. But that was more on the relationship, right, with a partner, and trying to think that everything's gonna be rainbows is probably unrealistic, right? And,
oh yeah.
Talking about that a little bit.
I've seen the strongest marriages collapse over little things.
Yeah, because they probably haven't had like worked through many, right? It was like
you
so
know,
perfect,
yeah.
and then
Yep.
didn't know how to handle that one rotten egg, right? One broke egg
Yeah.
in a dozen. It's like,
Oh,
what is it? What
I'm
did you
sure
say
when-
last week, Black? One
What?
one rotten egg ruins a dozen. Is that you said that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
I
said-
did. I texted you that.
Did you text it to me?
I did.
What were we talking about?
Sounds like
Yeah,
eggs.
no. Okay, I'm back. I got you.
Yeah.
One cracked egg can ruin
It
a
was one
dozen.
crack. Yeah.
You guys were talking about breakfast.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, I've seen the dad bod, so I know.
Nah, so it's definitely. I mean, it's one of those things, right? Like I love it because it's a conversation. It sounds like we all kind of, well, I don't know, Black. You sounded like you don't get too angry or you go a different direction with it, but
I mean, I still get mad.
It's all
it
the
just
same
comes
thing.
out differently.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish if there was one emotion I could get rid of, I think it would be my anger emotion, because it doesn't do any good for me, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not a fighting type, right? I'm not like, I wouldn't ever want to fight anybody. Like I said, it just doesn't benefit me in any way. Like, actually, when I've ever gotten in those situations, I kind of like to laugh. Like, that's my mechanism, because
Yeah,
I don't
that.
actually want to be here. I don't want to do. I had my one buddy. He's a state trooper. It was like, I think it was like either a birthday party or a New Year's Eve, and he's like 6'2", 6'3", all right, and literally he looks like The Rock, right? Like, at one point he started lifting, and he's got the shoulder tattoo. Like, he starts to look like Dwayne Johnson, right? And I just remember, like, something had triggered him. Like, I was drinking, like something triggered him that he was mad at me for some reason. I think something else had him mad, and his basement had like his workout equipment over, right? And I was laying like on the floor on the couch, and like he had me by my foot and started to drag me across the room, and I was just like
so mad.
laughing, like I'm gonna die. So like, there's nothing I
This man is
I can't
God.
listen,
I'm
I
dying.
can't say anything to convince him what he's doing is wrong. I don't know what I did. I probably said something stupid, whatever it was, and it was just like I started to laugh, because I'm like, if this continues where it's going, like, I don't have a choice. So like, we're just gonna laugh it off and hope that it works. And I don't remember how
I am done.
I don't remember how it stopped, but it stopped, so that was good.
That's great.
I'm like, I'm just not that person. Like, maybe if I was big, like if I was like huge, and maybe I would feel like a little bit more like confident in that space, then maybe. But like, I just don't have that mechanism. Like, I get angry with people, don't get me wrong, but I did what you said, right? The violence. I escalate with my voice, right? I become a very loud individual. I basically just become the loudest person in the room. And I use that. Somebody came and stepped at me, I probably then would cower down, but maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I'd just keep yelling. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Sometimes anger will channel in way different ways than you could ever imagine.
Maybe
It's
I
like
need
that
that super. I need like a superpower where it's just like,
It's like a
the
fight or flight
volume
kinda thing.
pushes people away. You know what I mean? Just sheer volume waves push people away. That'd be a good one to have.
That'd be a good one.
I
Yeah.
notice most people that get really loud, they just want to be heard.
Sure.
Like, that's about it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying, like, in my encounters with people, I've only been in a couple fights, but
Yeah.
most people that get loud, they just
Well,
just
and-
hear.
This is crazy. We're over 2 hours already. Like
Yeah,
that.
15 minutes.
Like that.
That was quick.
Yeah.
I like
That
it.
flew by. And I only pooped once this time. I feel great.
Oh, your wife didn't text you, huh?
No,
was
she
just
did
a-
text me,
yeah.
and then I pooped on the way back.
Yeah, I realized.
Oh, you were giving us the Charmin look when you came back
Hey,
in.
if you don't use wet wipes afterwards, I don't know who you are.
You're destroying
Oh.
your plumbing.
Dude, I thought your secret lab chair just had a hole in the bottom.
Nah.
You sit there all day long. I figured you just install one by
the
now.
wife said it smelled, so
Well,
All
get,
right.
get you one of those diaper bins to put under it. Close the lid.
So, Brad, I hate to cut it short just
No,
because
man,
like we've been grooving along here. It seems like what I'm going to suggest is I think the whole Cavalry or whoever wants to be on from the Cavalry is more than welcome. I know somebody else had already signed up, I think, but whoever else wants to can. You can help them through that if they haven't. And then I think it would be pretty cool to have you all on at the same time. That might be our first like group one. If we don't have one before that, that would be pretty cool too. We could watch the video together once it's.
Are
once
you
it
guys
happens.
streaming?
Yeah, are you guys going live tonight?
No, we are not tonight.
Okay.
It's 10:15. I will not be. I will say I will not be. I don't know about the other boys, but
Do you have someone to raid on Twitch and Facebook?
Yeah, we normally raid at the end of this. I can switch us over to like the fuzzy screen.
Yeah.
And we'll debrief there. But everybody, thank you for hanging out with us. Please follow the links that were posted earlier. I'm also going to post them along with this. Support
Tomorrow,
the Cavalry.
6 p.m. Central Standard, or Eastern Standard.
That's when they're
Yes.
live.
We'll be live.
yeah, we will be live tomorrow with Dad Bod from CK Gaming.
Let's go. So that the Cavalry sounds like they're on like a all around good path to get this thing like really going, which is awesome. 100% please post that link if you get one for the video once it airs. The news broadcast, that would be awesome. I would love to see it in the Dadcope Gaming channel for sure. And I'm gonna check you guys out. Where are you gonna be on tomorrow 6 p.m. Twitch or Facebook?
Both. We should be on both tomorrow.
Awesome.
Yeah, it should be on both.
Cool.
Yeah, and just a little self promotion. We're super
absolutely.
close on Facebook and Twitch both to get to our next steps. I think I'm only like 15 away on Facebook. I think Dirk's like 8 away from getting affiliate.
Is it followers or viewers?
Yes, followers on Facebook and followers on Twitch. Both is what we really need right now.
And then how's the views? I mean, you guys have multiple people, so you can just pull each other up, and you probably have the views, right?
Oh yeah, we got. I have I've got 5 out of the 6 criteria met for Facebook. We just need the 100 followers.
Oh, okay, perfect. Hey, we're gonna make that happen like immediately. In my mind, I like I told Black last week. I like helping people get affiliate. After that, it's kind of like whatever you can bring in, right? But the affiliation part should not be difficult when you have a community to build off of, right? Everything else, you're still muted, Black, if you were saying things. I know you're talking to chat too. But so yeah, no, absolutely. I'll go over and follow them immediately now that I have the link, and I have 2 accounts to follow from on Twitch. So I'll get 2 of those 8 down, and I will promote it tonight on Caesar as well. We'll try to get everybody over there.
Wonderful.
Get you that follow. Because like I said, you guys have the Twitch.
Blast, man.
Yeah, this was fantastic. I look forward to the rest of the guys joining if they like.
I can't wait for boogies.
Listen, Brad's still here, man. Like he's still here.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I know where his love comes from. Boogie kept dying the first time Hack jumped in there just so that they could talk.
Great.
Oh my god!
I was like, you're letting me down, man.
That's awesome. Well, Brad, we'll stay in the fuzzy screen for a little bit in chat, but appreciate you coming on, being the first one.
It was a blast.
This was awesome, and more to come, I would say.
Yeah,
thanks a lot. Everybody else,
thanks,
we'll
guys.
see you later in the week.
See ya.
Yeah.